Alright. Hands up. I'm live on YouTube now. What's up? Sorry. I think that on Twitch, it is very common to start your stream and have like a little waiting screen or something. Maybe just for a couple minutes. I do it for a couple minutes just while I get ready. Some people keep it up for like 30 minutes or something. You know, some people go live and immediately start streaming. On Twitch, there's a variety. But on YouTube, unless you want to manually edit with the in-game, built-in tool to trim the intro, I think on YouTube, it is really, really bad for the viewer experience if you start a video and it has 3 minutes of nothingness. So that's why people on YouTube, sorry, you sometimes miss the five first minutes of the stream. You know? There's a rumor that Skinwalker is going to be a killer. Yeah, we've all seen the teaser. Jonah, come on, ready the fuck up, man. Thank you. Yeah, we've seen the teaser. It looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it looks disgusting. It looks... Yikes. Oh, it makes me... I'm looking forward to, what, Wednesday? Hi, let's have a wonderful stream. Thank you, Ryan. Yesterday's stream was pretty nice. Is that the best DBD streamer we've been graced to watch? Oh, Sammy, don't say that. Do you miss old DBD? I don't miss old DBD. I miss how old DBD made me feel. Which sounds the same, but it's really not the same. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, go play one of those old video games that has aged awful, right? And you replay it and it's a fucking garbage dumpster. But when you played it as a kid, it was the most life-changing, you know, wonderful experience of your life. Being rated by Cope is the second most life-changing, faith-altering, brain-enlarging, religious-inducing experience of my life. What's up, guys? Cope told me about his about some new ideas for a video to record together. I need to get back to you about that, Cope. I read it, but I need to give you a little write-up on my thoughts. I think we could narrow it down to something. I'm keen to work on something, though. Thank you so much for the raid. Shad and Caffeine, thank you so much, guys, for the subbies. And Spetlake, thanks so much for the 14. Thank you so much. Shoryu Kai, thank you so much as well. And I hope I missed nobody. Thank you so much. Yeah, please bug me if I forget about it for whatever reason. But yeah, let's work on something. What was I talking about, chat? I feel like I had something important to say. Dashbull, thank you for the 31. Wow. Midlife killer crisis mode? Don't say that. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, friends. So I am Scout, right? I want to be looking at the killer. Our killer is a Oni and a... What else? Fucking nothing else, apparently. I don't see traps on the ground. Oh, I think the trapper? No, that's still Oni. You were talking about how much you love old DBD. Yeah, no, I think I concluded that line of thought. I think I was gonna say something else, but honestly, at this point, I don't even know. I'm sure it will come back to me if it's important. Yeah, sorry, Ghostface and everyone. I don't have my DMs open at the moment. I have to say, for most of my streaming career, my DMs are open to anyone in my server. For the last couple weeks, I've been doing that a bit less. And I feel a little bad because I want to be available. I want to be reachable to anyone if they have anything important or even relatively important to say. But man, it's just been really fucking nice, man. It's been really like it's a little silly to say this, but you actually spend quite a bit of time if you want to go through people's messages and stuff. It does take a bit of time to do it properly. Is it a disadvantage to play on console? I mean, I think newest generation consoles are not too bad because you're mostly gonna be playing at 60 FPS pretty consistently. Old generation consoles, the FPS is just not as nice. And on PC, you have easier time getting, you know, the game to be brighter and stuff. I think that matters a bit less nowadays. We have gamma controls, we're gonna get more filters in-game. But especially back in the day, I think it was kind of nice. The main problem that you have as a survivor, sorry, as a killer, is some killers are really hard to play on controller, and you don't have the option. But I think starting soon, or maybe already, you'll be able to use PC and mouse on so it's not that big of a deal, is it? Yo. Okay. I'm not too sure. Let's go for this group of healing survivors. Are you trying your challenge after 2v8 again? Yeah, yeah. I've been preparing my builds and doing some of that off stream. Oh, thank you. Yo, guys. Ooh, okay. Sorry about this. Is your friend gonna get a little bit happy, trigger happy? How often do people send you pictures and DMs? Not very often. And like, I just don't welcome that kind of stuff. And I don't encourage people to send me like selfies or God forbid. I think that's like incredibly dangerous. If you don't want to feed parasocial tendencies, you should never do it. Nice try. People sometimes will send me like, oh, Odds, look, my cat is looking at your stream, haha. You know? And those kind of pictures, you know, they don't take any time at all to like... Oh, that is possible to hit, but very difficult. Those pictures I am super happy to receive or to get them on my Discord or something. Oh, that's unlucky. Alright, drop. Oh. I thought he might, like, get vacuum into the pallet. Nicely done. Nicely done, man. They said pet pictures. Oh, pet pictures. I also don't ask people to do that, so maybe I get 1 or 2 a week or something. It's cute, though. I like it. It makes me smile, and I immediately move on, you know? Like, sometimes people will send you messages that kind of stay with you or kind of require your attention, you know? Hey, Odds. I don't know. This doesn't happen very often, right? But this is the kind of ones that I'm talking about. Hey, Odds, someone in your Discord server is making me feel very uncomfortable. And they haven't really broken any rule or done anything too overt, but they are acting really weird. Okay, if I get a message like that, immediately I'm gonna go talk to my mods. Hey guys, you know, what are the messages this person has posted? Can we see their logs? Has anyone else complained? Can we ban them? Or stuff like that, right? Oh my god, this fucking chest actually fucking destroyed me. Right, so a message like that immediately, like, requires me to do something. But if someone is like, hey, Odds, I like your latest video, it was really cute. Here's a picture of my ferret, haha, being funny. Like, that's cute, and it takes me 2 seconds to acknowledge that, right? How do you see the killer teaser? She's so beautiful. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be freaky as fuck. I'm all for it. Oh, thank you, Hillis. You're too sweet. So I do appreciate when people are considerate with their time. Like, if you want to be like, hey, Odds, there's a mistake in your website, or there's a little typo in your website. That's perfect. But if you send me a message, or any creator a message, hey, Odds, can I ask you a question? Yes? Okay, so are you open to feedback? Yes? Okay, so do you know about the website that you have? Yes? Okay, so you know that you have yeah, so there's a typo there. Like that, if you do that, you're killing me. You're absolutely fucking killing me, you know? Because suddenly, like, if everyone that communicated with me did it that way, my DMs would be impossible to fucking get through, you know? It sounds a little silly, but some people kind of do that. You know, God bless them. Oh my god, the speed boost that I got from my teammate was insane! Oh my god, you saved my life. Thank you. Oh, damn, he shaved the hairs off my back. Oh, he really fucking wants to finish what he started. Fair enough, man, fair enough. I think I have such a head start that I'm not gonna take the window right away. Oh. Okay. I think that was kind of heartbeat read, right? Like, we could tell he was close just based on... Okay. Okay. He's gonna see me, so... Okay. There's a chance we could have obviously played into the pallet, but... I think it was better to save it. Yeah, final gen. Let's go, dudes. This is the gate that I saw? Yes, it is. Uh-oh, hold up. Hold up, I can't really see. No way out, Kappa. Oh, hi, Cheryl. What's up? Is it Cherry, yeah, hiya. Use code odds? Oh, please, if you do, that's very appreciated, thank you. Have you ever considered playing 40k? No. Which one? The one that's like PvE? Like co-op PvE? What is it called? Something Tide? That spoon is funny. All right, well, we need to be a little careful here. Oh, he's leaving? Maybe we can get a medkit and help out. Oh. I watched your video on latest developer update. You were very objective and seemed to keep your own thoughts and opinions on the update to a minimum. Are you a fan of the most proposed changes? No, not exactly. I mean, obviously, actually, that's not true. I am a fan of most of the changes, because most of the changes are small. Like, the killer changes, like the small ones, those are, I think all of them are objectively pretty good. The Myers one is a bit more divisive, but even that one I think is probably better for the game long term. So for most of the changes, the ones that are small, yes, I am okay with, and I think they're even good. For the slugging one, I don't fucking love it, but honestly, fine. You know what? Fine. If they balance the game around that, that's fine. It's mostly the anti-tunnel that I really don't love. I'm at the point right now where, you know, I'm starting, like, as the game becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, I'm starting to care less about whether this is killer-sided or survivor-sided, and I'm starting to care more about how much does this, like, thicken the swamp that new players have to get through. Because honestly, that's what I'm really fucking concerned about. Ooh, okay, thanks. I think that saves my life. Oh, that was close, dude. If that girl didn't swing. If that girl didn't... guys, don't kill me. If that girl didn't swing, she had me. Like, I think at this point, that's like my main concern when we have updates this big. Right? Like, because the sad part about making something really harsh on beginners is that it really affects the statistics. And then when the statistics are affected, then they make other changes that are bad for everybody else. Right? So let's think of an example, right? We have a new killer that has a power that is disproportionately affecting new players. We have had many examples, but I'll give you one, right? One of these examples is the Cenobite. As you guys might remember, the Cenobite has a power that has chains randomly appearing when you pick up the cube. And if you don't do the cube, it fucks with you. And if you do the cube, but you don't know to wait for like the 3 chains, it fucks with you, right? So a lot of new players, they pick up the cube and they fuck it up. Or they don't pick up the cube and they fuck it up. So the developers added so many nerfs to Pinhead that would have not been necessary if his power was not such a knowledge check. You know what I mean? You could actually balance a lot of killers and make them a lot stronger and make them a lot more consistent if the statistics for those killers were not tainted by the fact that new players are so fucking hard-pressed to understand what the fuck is happening on the screen. And ironically, one of the best things that you could do to make killers more powerful is make them easier to understand. If they're like, you don't even need to make them easier to understand. Make in-game tutorials. You know, you load in against, I don't know, Dog Master, and it's like, pet the dog so that you don't fucking get beaten. If you have a bone, the dog will not eat you. You know, some fucking tips that are actually useful and people understand, right? Maybe some specific, maybe one tutorial against each killer. Oh my god, imagine how amazing that would be. Like, you load in, you get 10,000 blood points each time you complete one of them, right? And it teaches you a few do's and don'ts. Okay, is it a good idea to vault against hunters? No. Okay, what should you do instead? It teaches you a few basic do's and don'ts, right? That would make new players not suck ass against a lot of killers. Then the kill rates at lower levels would probably go down a little bit because survivors would be a bit, you know, less completely fucking clueless. And then they could actually buff the killers so that they are nicer to play for people that are experienced and that understand them. Do you understand them? No one would do them. Oh, shut up. I absolutely... Dude, like, if you're telling me that, nah, people in DBD don't care about learning. People in DBD don't care about, like, understanding. Dude, I have videos with millions of views that all they do is teach you how to play the game. Like, if you tell me that... It's true. A lot of people in DBD, you know, they just play for the blood points. They just play for the skins. It's a dress-up game for them. They don't necessarily try to get better. But almost everyone wants to understand. So I hard disagree on that. I think that if you give people the option to not be clueless, they typically take it. So yeah, that's my point. So to answer your question, I know I've been speaking for 5 minutes. To answer your question, yeah, it's true. I didn't go into this patch note video being like, oh my god, this is gonna kill killer. Oh my god, this is hand holding for survivor. Even though I kind of, you know, see that fucking point a bit. Oh my god, like I honestly just care more about like the unnecessary layers of complexity that this game is adding. And not only is it adding it, it's adding it without being explained anywhere. Or at least nowhere proper. Do you guys think they're gonna update the in-game reading tutorial? That one definitely people don't really do very much because it's so hidden, right? Do you think they are going to update the in-game tutorial to explain that when a survivor is unhooked, they have no collision, but if they touch a totem or do a chest or do a gen or heal a next to heal a teammate or themselves, or if they touch a next game, but then they do have collision, but if they don't do that, then they don't have collision, but if it's the end game, then they do have collision again? Yeah, okay, man. Yeah, alright, dude. Good fucking luck, man. Yeah. Still mad about the update? Don't be super mad just yet, chat. Maybe tomorrow we get a patch note, and maybe the day after tomorrow we get to see it, you know? And maybe in a few weeks we see, like, what they say about it and whether or not they go with the full idea. Alright, hello, Mr. Wesker. I don't think he gets me. Oh, bye, Bill. Maybe the Bill just kind of had flock mentality and just came to me. Wait, Bill, can you down to the pallet? Can you down to the pallet? You don't think this would work, do you? My art has been revealed. This is okay. How recover this, Bill? Oh, that's no good, chat. You really thought we wouldn't get it. See ya, man. Alright, time to clean up. Oh! I think I'm fine. Ooh, that would have been tough. See ya. Bye-bye, Wesky. Bye-bye. We wanna... He doesn't have powers, so we're chilling for a minute. He used all of them. And I'm revealing him to other people. You can lower your camera a little bit, by the way, to see him. Oh, he's leaving. Bye-bye. You terrible build leverage and gift to pen is now actually good. My terrible build, I think you made a typo or something. I don't know exactly what you mean. But yeah, no, leverage is really, really good. But the counter to leverage is like big fucking, you know, like the counter to leverage is twofold, right? Number one, medkits. Medkits are really, really strong. What are you gonna fucking do against medkits? Oh, bring Franklin's. Yeah, good luck. So medkits counter leverage a lot. Resurgence counters leverage a lot, and it's gonna be popular, I think, more popular than now, possibly. And also, crazy fucking thought, stay injured. You know, or delay your first fucking chases so much that it doesn't matter if you stay injured. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I genuinely feel that the next update, if it goes as kind of like we expected it could go. Sorry, yeah, that was a mouthful. If the next update is big numbers based on the dev notes that we saw, and nothing else changes, it's gonna be the update where survivors are kind of encouraged to just do gens. Just do gens. Like, if I go for a teammate and I get injured, and I go down next to the hook, I can generally just start recovering. Okay. Like, it's true. It's gonna take me 90 seconds, which is a long time. And the survivor's gonna hit stage 2 and almost die. True. But I'll be able to get them. My teammates, they don't even need to come. They can just spend those 90 seconds doing 2.5 gens. You know? Or at least 2 gens. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it really feels like with 70-second hook timers and 90-second quote-unquote unbreakable, just stay on gens. Just stay on gens. I think hook timers need to be reverted back. I think now would be, if you're gonna do these changes, you should at least do that. Bill, you're going down, homie. Bill, what the hell, man? What are you doing? Come to the pallet, come to the pallet, come to the pallet. I'm gonna bait him. Oh, fuck. Flashlight, yeah! The power of God compels you. Oh, Bill, no! Oh, Jesus! Okay, we're fine, we're fine. I didn't take damage, so we're chilling. I think I take damage through this vault. Never mind. I kind of want to... Oh, wait. Yo, guys, on Rage Quit. I need to be a little... Oh, he's lost me. He's lost me! There's no fucking way. Anyway, let's spray. Get a sprayed right in the face? Yeah, it's like a bear spray. It only works against Rapper with a certain skin. Maria, no! I think they crashed. Sad times, sad times. Yo, actually, yeah, I've been kind of chatty and chilling, but this team's not doing so hard, guys. We need to help. We need to help. I'm hoping someone else will be closer to that bot. I'm just so far away. Why do you look like CJ? I actually kind of do, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just started playing Sekiro. It's supposed to be this hard? Yes, it is very difficult. Now, one thing on Sekiro that you can do that many people forget about immediately, there is a tutorial character named Hanvei the Undying. He's that little soldier in the tutorial area, and you can go back and fight him. Now, every time you unlock a new power, every time you unlock a new feature, if you go back, he will have a new training mode. So you can practice parrying, you can practice Mikiri counter. By the way, buy the Mikiri counter upgrade. It's so important. And practice it against Hanbei. And yeah, like that's gonna make your life a lot easier. Super, super easy. Keep in mind that if you block at the exact moment an attack comes, or a bit before, if it's a perfect block, you don't ever get broken. And that's how a lot of fights need to be done later. Dumbass. I'm gonna be opening a chest. He's definitely gonna come for us. Oh, never mind. I think he saw my clothes and he's like, I chased that guy before, fuck it. Hello, broski. Hi, Sir Piler. Welcome, buddy. Cheers, thanks for the tip. No problem and good luck. Like, it is a difficult game, but it's worth it, man, I promise. I'm gonna pretend to crouch. Haha, it worked. Haha. I don't know where he's going, to be honest. If I pick that pallet up, it takes 2 seconds. Why not? Yoink. Yoink. Okay, so Wraith is a bit distant. Oh, Bill! Bill, how are you this fucking clueless, man? It's the second time. Bill! Oh my lord, dude. I can't believe it. Oh, that's not good. I thought I could time out well. Is that just pallets now? Maybe it's just pallets that you can do it in. Okay. Alright. Let's test this, man. Alright, Chad. Alright. I did not get to run around him like a ballerina. SMH, this fucking game is too difficult nowadays. How can you play DBD mine won't open? It says couldn't start the game. Make sure you're online on Steam or something? I don't know, chat. Odds. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I was having fun. What can I say? Second to serve. Thank you for the 13, by the way. Oh, thank you so much. You didn't need to. What was the idea? I don't know. I think I am underestimating this killer. When you run into a killer like that and you crouch, sometimes with their POV, it looks like you went past them and they kind of freak out. I wanted to try like a variation of that, but I don't think it was meant to be. I saw you kissing Wesker. Yeah, and? Yeah, and? Alright, I'm gonna teach you how to avoid the killer's auto read. You go inside them, they're gonna kick it, and they're gonna look around, and they're not gonna see you. There you go. Somehow. Okay, that did not seem right, but... Oh! Oh, he messed up. There you go. 5 years of progress. Gone. Pallet gone. Yep. Oh, nice effort from him, honestly. He messed up a little bit. Okay. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, we have that one. Ah, very nice. Very nice. Unfortunately, chat, I have a feeling we're not gonna get away with this. Oh, we are. Oh no, I need to remember. He has a really short cooldown when missing now. Like when, I think you cannot do that ever. Like I needed to drop it. Even though it seemed redundant, it seemed unnecessary. Like if I went for the window, he would have hit me. If I didn't go for the window, which is what I did, he just recovers really quickly. Odds, I watched your patch notes video on the train. Great video. Is there a way to see how often certain perks I use? Yeah. Not an official way, unless the devs decide to, I don't know, share stats with us. Nice. I kind of wanted to hit him because I had 1 second left of, you know what? Chat, this is not looking too good. We got a pallet at least. It's gonna cancel it, I think. Excuse me? Oh. Nice, dude. Well done. I crashed indeed. Sorry, my Wi-Fi. Hey, Kami, no worries, no worries. It just looked like you rage quit, so that was funny. Well done, dude. No worries. That was a little fucking fucky, but fair enough. Oh man, what a match. What a match. That's what happens when you make Weskington mad. I honestly had it coming, man. I honestly had it coming. Are we in endgame? Not yet. We really struggled with the last gen, unfortunately. Good luck, girls. You know what? I could actually wish you guys the best and start a new lobby. That way we don't keep anyone waiting. Do you think Solgar and We're Gonna Live Forever are gonna become even stronger? I think We're Gonna Live Forever is actually gonna go down in popularity. And even though theoretically Solgar should be stronger, I think you're not gonna see much of it. So my answer is no. I think in general, killers are gonna slug less, even for a bit. So I think We're Gonna Live Forever and Solgar are just gonna go down in usage. Even though Solgar theoretically is like, oh, you should be able to use it multiple times. Like, yeah, no. I wanted to ask who did your starting soon on end screen. You know, Zex, that's actually a really what's the word? Sour topic. Like a really sad subject, because it's an artist that I don't think does art anymore. Her name was Glitchyberry, and I think later she rebranded to a different name that I don't immediately forget. I don't immediately remember. And I wish I could link you up to her art, but I think she quit doing art. And it's a shame because, look at this. Look how cute that is, man. Look how cute that, like, it's such a distinct art style too. If they were still around, or if I find out that they're doing art again, we'll commission them a million times. Do you think new players feel like they have to study new perks and add-ons? No, I think new players don't like... I obviously think there's an interest, because perk tier lists and perk explanation videos obviously are quite popular. But I think that as a new player, they mostly just learn what they go against, and that's typically enough for the average player. The average player doesn't care if there's a rare perk that 1% of killers use. Like, you know what I mean? That's why they get a little bit confused. Sorry guys, I'm not signing today, sorry. But they will probably want to learn, like, oh, what's pop? Oh, why do I have to let go of the gen? Oh, why is the gen blocked? Oh, why did I go down to 1 hit? Just know it, guys, just know it, guys, just know it. Like, they learn those perks, you know? Hi, Alex, absolutely. Any predictions on who else they'll add to 2B8? No. Oh, shut up, Vanka. They only really need to learn the top 10 perks for Survivor and Meta. Yeah, kinda. I agree, kinda. You learn that, and I guess you're good to go for the most part. Will Unbreakable be super buffed? I don't know, Chad. I think Unbreakable might stay the way it is, honestly. It might just literally be like, oh, you recover faster. There you go. Like, it might literally not change it. Tenacity has to change in some way, but it might just be like, oh, when you go down, you move at full speed immediately. Like, generally, like the developers, sometimes they make a perk a little bit obsolete or a little bit redundant, and then they just keep it as it is. Like, they don't give a fuck. So. High vols, that is entirely possible, honestly. Like, I don't want to imagine how bad the clown bottles would work with the ping and 2v8. Because right already in the normal one before, his bottles are weird and they get buggy sometimes. Oh, guys, it's a Wesky. Okay. Interesting idea. Why is she so slow? She's bugged! She's not in power! You see, she's not in power! Oh my god, dude. Sorry, Wesker, I'm looking at the game, dude. Yeah, she's bugged. I bugged her animation. That bug's been in the game for approximately 95 fucking business days. Now she's using power. Now you can see she's faster. Do I have the pallet pickup ability in this class? Don't remember. Don't you mean a feature, Arts? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. I enabled a feature. Anonymous, thank you for the 7 gifted subs. Tier 2, by the way. That's ridiculous. Thank you. That's the Wesker we just played against, guys. Thank you. That's so kind. I almost missed that. And thank you, Alex, by the way. And Zal's Lord Dakadu. Appreciate your subby. Alright. Oh, I have an idea. Oh, but I don't know if it works with 2 people. Alright, so what I did there was basically... Oh, yeah, please hit me, Legion. I basically picked up the pallet, and you're kind of chilling if you do that. Alright. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit in the open here. Damn, okay, dude. This fucking guy doesn't fucking miss, dude. Well played. World record mercenaries village. Wesker. Ah, you can't use Scout's power to block Legion from vaulting a pallet? Yeah, that's what we did. There's one block on Legion where you are stuck in frenzied round animation, move a half your normal speed and can't cancel the animation until you trigger the power. Yeah, I don't think you're stuck. I don't like I just think you're I don't think you move slower. You just move at normal speed, I think. Right? It's just you're not in power, but you look like you're in power. So I think that's what's happening when this occurs. How do you feel about the game mode where survivors play against the whole Legion gang? Well, Chad, I don't think there's a way to balance 4 killers without 17 fucking survivors, so probably not gonna happen. Hi, Crystallenses. And if you're gonna make a 4v16 or something, honestly, Legion, thematically very cool, but probably the most boring fucking thing in existence. But new killers will also get bullied if they don't have every good perk and be gods at chase. Chad, like, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I understand that you can make the argument, right? That, oh, at high level, like, survivors are so knowledgeable and they play the tiles so well that if you don't have a really good chase power and you're not really good, like, if you play against the top 1% of the 1% of the 1% of survivors, then as a trapper you're gonna lose. Yeah, okay, sure, easy agree, you know, we can see eye to eye on that. But you cannot genuinely believe that, oh, new killers are gonna lose immediately. New killers play against new survivors because of MMR. Now obviously MMR isn't perfect. Sometimes they give you people that you're much better than, sometimes it gives you people that are much worse than you. Oh, can I? Why can't I? Oh, there you go. I need to be here. What? What are you doing, Wesker? Alright. Might have been a bad idea, this one. Yeah. We're kind of basically being chased into the other killer. Uh-oh. Oh, there is a window. That's a shame. That set of lockers there was actually so nice. I wanted him to think I was gonna fake it. Anyway, yeah, new killers play against new survivors. Like, genuinely, the only way to know how new players are doing is to look at statistics. And statistics is the first thing that behavior looks at every single fucking morning when they wake up. Statistically, killers are getting 55 or 60 or 65 or 60 something % kill rate. So they are statistically fine. Now, being statistically okay doesn't mean that killer is fun. It doesn't mean that killer is balanced. Sometimes you win by bullshit and you lose by bullshit. Sometimes you get 0 kills, nothing you could have done. Sometimes you get 4 kills, nothing they could have done, right? So obviously statistics don't tell the whole story. But you cannot just be like, oh dude, killers are just like, they just never get any kills. They're like basically impossible to play. Because the stats just don't lie, Chad. So don't be that pessimistic. Like if these updates are such a hotly debated topic right now among experienced players, it's because it affects experienced players. I don't think new players are gonna care too much. They're not gonna be affected too much. So I'd say don't worry. The only thing that's gonna happen for new players is, yeah, the game is getting more complicated, you know? And it's gonna be harder to understand for both sides. Like, survivors are just now, they need to be told, hey, when a new person has been hooked, if you're further than 40 meters and you're not in a locker and you're not behind a gen and you don't have one of several perks, then your aura is gonna be seen. But if the person is hooked in twice in a row, then you're fine. And if you're closer than 40 meters, then you're fine. And also, if it's a nurse, ghoul, Billy, or Kaneki, then it's only 2 seconds and not 4 seconds. Like, yeah, you're gonna, like, that whole part is just a little fucking weird, but yeah. Do you think buying licensed characters is necessary? Depends on your definition of necessary. Is it absolutely necessary? No. No. You can never buy a licensed character. Still play decent perks, still play decent killers. You don't really have to. I do think that if you buy 1 or 2 on both sides, it helps. There's 1 or 2 killers that have really good perks, and not having to wait for them to show up on the stupid shrine is a good thing. And on Survivor, probably same. There's like 1 or 2 survivors that have like a couple of really nice perks. Decisive on Survivor, for example, you know, is quite nice. Eruption Lethal from Nemesis is really quite nice. Pinhead, before he was public, was a bit pay to win, you know, perk wise. So yeah, they don't have to. You don't have to. If you're a bit tight on money, honestly, save it. We're in a bit of trouble if we go this way, don't we? Oh, Jesus, fuck. Michon, no! Wait. Oh, he wants me, of course. Michon is not that on hook. I'm sorry. I could have played that better. GG's! Wait for discounts? Yeah, that's also an option as well. Sometimes on anniversary and stuff, they go down 50% or whatever. Well, you probably won't need decisive anymore. That is true. That is true. Well, actually, we don't know, but yeah, I guess maybe in a few weeks you won't. I'm at the point where all survivors are just skins for me. I finally, shortly after the anniversary event, got all the survivors to P3. Nice job. Nice job, guys. Hi, Lisa. What's up? GG's. Oh, hope I didn't remove anyone I didn't need to. Well played. Alright, let's play 1 or 2 more. Then we probably are gonna do something different for a bit. Hey, Ardas, thank you for the 4 years. Thank you. Haha. Honestly, it was mostly the other way around, but thank you. I saw your analysis video, but I'm confused about the slug timer. If the killer picks up the survivor and hook them before the survivor picks themselves up, will the timer be reset? No. If you slug a survivor for 10 seconds, and then you pick them up, and then you slug a survivor for 10 seconds, and then you pick them up, and you do that 9 times, now they can pick themselves up the next time they are fully recovered. Not immediately, but the next time they're fully recovered. So it's kind of like the anti-camp. If you're close by, it goes up. If you go away, it stays, it doesn't go back. Right? So, yeah, it's very similar. Did you see they released the Crimson Core? Yeah, I haven't had time to get back into it, but I'm thinking I might. It's just a little bit unfortunate that, you know, Silk Song's coming out in like a few days as well. Alright, good luck, guys. If I slug for 70, then hook, does it reset? Nope. I don't think it ever resets, chat. I don't think it ever resets. I mean, in most games, you're never gonna slug a guy for 90 seconds. So, most games, you probably don't have to worry. But if you do, then, yep. Hi, Lucy, it's live. Thank you for the 26. Oh, can you check your DMs on... I made a Slenderman chapter concept. I'm so sorry, Ray, but... I am really not a great person to send a idea for DBD, like for a concept chapter. Like, it's really cute. Sometimes I like to see what perks people come up with, but like I feel like that's the kind of thing that if I wanted to give you good feedback, I need to sit down, read it, really think about it. And it's the kind of thing that I generally simply do not have the time to do for every nice person that messages me, you know? Hi, AJ. For a while, maybe, but I hope they stop. Yeah. The problem is when survivor friends decide to sacrifice one of them to get the buff. Why? I don't think that's gonna happen, Chad. I don't... Like, what is the buff gonna be? Like, what is your bet? Right? Let's say that I am playing nurse. I am a mega sweaty fucking nurse. I hook mech, I kick a gen or two, try to waste time, then I hook mech. Obviously, I'm nurse. What are they gonna fucking do? Body block? It's hard. So I kill her at 5 gens or 4 gens. What is the speed boost that the survivors get for the rest of the match? 5%? That's safe. I think it's more likely gonna be 10% or 15%. Like, believe it or not. I think that might be what we're looking into. It might be 10 or 15. If they're insane, they'll do something crazy like 20 or 25%. Anything higher than that is like, whoa. Whoa. I need that. Like, we also don't know if it goes away eventually when you hook 6 people or if it's just permanent. The wording implies that it's permanent. So even if you hook a lot of people later, it doesn't really change, right? So yeah, assuming that it's permanent and assuming that it's something like 5 or 10%, I think it makes no sense whatsoever for survivors to like, oh, let's just kill myself. Like, why? Like, just do gens. Like, just instead of killing yourself, just run the killer for a bit longer. And even if your teammates don't have a buff to speed, well, that's 3 people on gens. That's better than a small buff of 15 or 20 or even 30%. So now no one's gonna kill themselves. The problem, of course, will be what if every survivor is super self-reliant. Everyone has a medkit. Everyone has perks to kind of like do their own thing, right? And then you hook a guy and everyone's on gens. You have 3 people on gens at any given time. You happen to go to one of those maps where it's a little difficult to, I don't know, chase multiple survivors at once because the map is really big and they're splitting up. And no matter who you chase, you have 3 people on gens at almost any given time, right? So normally in that situation, tunneling is an option. Now it's less of an option. We'll see. If you proxy camp someone to death on second hook, do you get the regression nerf? I think no. But I think proxy camping is extremely dangerous. Because unless you're like, I don't know, in a super... Unless you're like proxy camping basement with like Billy or Bubba, like how exactly do you make sure that they don't just come in last second and rescue? You don't even get a notification when they rescue. Hi, Slendy. It's not a huge deal because if you play against 4 aces and they have the same the same appearance, the same item, the same charms, let's say that you hook ace number 1, the top ace, the first one in the HUD, and he has a little blue icon or something on his head letting you know, hey, you hooked this guy last. When you chase an ace, his screen is gonna, like, his profile is gonna start to like wiggle, so you're gonna know if you're going for the right person. Now, it's true, for a few seconds, if you're chasing 3 people, it will be really, really, really shitty. Like, oh my god, I'm chasing 3 aces, I don't know which one's which, and I don't want to go for the guy, like, they're all injured or they're all healthy the same. I don't know who the heck is who. I know that sucks, but that also sucks right now. It's not gonna be any worse. It's literally gonna be the same as right now. Like, yeah, I don't think that's like an incredibly new problem. It's a problem. It really is. It kind of sucks, honestly. It's a little bit shitty form of metagaming, right? But I don't think it's anything new. I don't think it's gonna inspire people to do this thing if they didn't do it before already. You enjoy eating bananas? Hi, Dash. Do you enjoy thinking about me eating bananas? That's the better question, I think. Chat. Does this seem to you like an AFK killer? No, it's not. Couldn't the percentage of the speeding gens be changed based on something else, like how many gens are left? I mean, yeah, that's not a terrible thought. You know, it's just like, all right. So let's say, right, if a survivor dies, the remaining survivors have a 5% speed boost to all gens. And if it's 4 gens left, 4%. And if it's 2 gens left, 2%. And if it's 1 gen left, well, it's 1%, which is basically negligible, right? Like, yeah, they could do that. It would be... I don't know if you know this, but it would be something very similar to what they already do in this game mode. In this game mode, right? If survivors are getting too many gens, then the gens go slower. And if killers are getting too many hooks, gens go faster. They have a dynamic speed. And I think in 2v8, it's okay for this to happen. It basically makes it a little bit harder for survivors to stomp, and it makes it a little bit harder for killers to stomp. But I don't think that mechanic is fair for the game in the 1v4. Like why? Like, why? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's like, why? Imagine you play chess, and the referee's like, hey, you captured a pawn in the opening. You're gonna have 3 less seconds for each move now, because we don't want you to do a little bit too well, you know? Like, yeah. Oh, never mind. He captured a pawn. Now you're fine. Like, why? Like, how are you supposed to plan? How are you supposed to learn? How are you supposed to, like, understand what's going on and understand where you made a mistake? When the numbers are constantly changing by little percentages. I honestly think it makes the game less serious and much like, it might make it more balanced. Maybe statistically it makes the results more balanced, but it also makes it harder to understand and gauge. Imagine you're playing Counter-Strike, and if you've lost 2 rounds, your gun is more accurate. You know, like your AK-47 or whatever the fuck now has less recoil if you've lost the previous 2 rounds. Like, what the fuck? Why? Why would you fuck with that? Like, how are you supposed to, like, learn? You know? As a survivor, how are you supposed to learn when to let go of a gen, when to stick to it, when the fucking speeds are changing forever depending on the fucking weather? It is an option, but I think it's a bad one, personally. Ooh, I almost made him whiff there. Uh-oh. Nice sneaky head, dude. We're really not paying a lot of attention, but team's doing well. I keep messing up a Fume Knight on my no-hit run. Any tips? Really? Because I honestly think no-hit run Fume Knight is one of the best ones to learn. I would say stay close to him, right? When he's in phase 2, you want to be a little bit further. Because if he starts his AoE, you can panic, right? Definitely make a save file. Give yourself a bunch of health with either a cheat program or just in a normal playthrough, and practice him a lot. And don't forget that at the start, you can go into the boss room, buff, and he doesn't wake up. You can do quite a bit of damage at the start. When his sword has the little glowing red thing, by the way, he never goes into phase 2 until that party's over. And yeah, in phase 2, you can... There's quite a few ways to deal with it, but you... We're a little bit greedy, aren't we? There we go. In phase 2, you need to be a little bit wary of the dodges and have good iframes. But I honestly think it's a practice boss. I would, if I had the game handy, I would try to teach it to you. But yeah, you can watch some of my no-hit videos if you want. See how I did it. Thank you. I honestly think a bit of practice will get you. There are some bosses in Dark Souls 2 that are just bullshit and have 1 or 2 really dangerous things. No matter how much you practice, they could catch you off guard. I think that one's not one of them. I think that one is like an oddly difficult but also fair and relatively consistent boss, which is amazing. What the fuck is going on? We're gonna hear a disconnect in 3, 2, 1. Wow, I've got it down to a T, guys. Thank you. Oh, we have a pallet? Easy peasy then. This guy doesn't make it though. Oh, he does! Huge! Find your own little gap, Dwight. What the hell, man? What, do you want me to fucking squeeze myself tightly in there? Oh, man. Parasocial viewers, man. Parasocial viewers. Yeah. He looked at me like, brother, help me! That was really fucking funny. Oh, hi. He's back. Hello. What's up, man? Maybe the other pallet would have been better to rebuild, but nah, that's fine. Who cares? Oh, shit. Oh, brother! What happened? Ooh. Right, run this way! Up this way, honey! Up this way! I could have maybe run into him. He might have been baited into... Oh, dude, how do bots understand? Dude, oh my god, that's crazy. Alright, final gen about to be done. Maybe get to a good. Sorry, Dwight, you're fine, right? Yeah, for a sec, it's fine. What happens in both Killers DC? You play with 2 bots? Oh, so have you seen the new teasers? Yeah, it looks quite original and it looks really fucking freaky, man. I can't wait to see the fucking memes about this killer and the cute art and stuff. Yeah, I'm relatively excited for it. What Survivor do you recommend to buy? I am new, I don't have any license. You don't need to buy anything. No necesitas comprar nada, Dan. Los supervivientes que son gratis son bastante buenos y hay algunos que puedes desbloquear con tiempo. No, let me touch you. Oh my god, he just pushed me out. But for anyone English or Spanish speaking, I don't have the website is not in Spanish, unfortunately. I guess I could if I had enough time. But if you go to otsdarba.com, otsdarba.com, puedes clicar aquí y aquí te dice mejores desbloqueos para principiantes. Pam. Y aquí puedes ver los killers ordenados por cuáles tienen la mayor prioridad. Hay varios criterios. There's multiple criteria. Some of them are here because they are easy. These 2. Some of them are here because they are easy and they have good perk. These 2. Some of them are here because they're hard, but they have really nice perks. And none of them are licensed except Ghosty. De las mejores licencias para Killer, como ves, Ghostface, Nemesis son bastante buenas. Tú me has preguntado por supervivientes, así que if we're looking at survivors, these are the ones I tell you to look into right away. So, for example, Jeff is pretty good. Nia's free, so it's pretty simple as well. Honestly, right now, I think Jill is a really good license if you're going to pick one up. Resurgence is insane, and in the next patch, it will only be more useful, I think. Because killers will be presumably tunneling less, right? So yeah, jejes, everybody. You just poor Wraith. Also, I do wonder what you think about perk effects being put in as base. As Survivor Man, I still think they should add Corrupt as base kit. There is a problem, chat. There is a problem. You know? Sometimes the idea of walking outside to throw your garbage is not the problem, right? You want to go outside. You want to throw your garbage because it smells and your kitchen is a mess. But in order for you to go outside, you need to put on pants because you're fucking naked. And you don't want to put on pants because you haven't done your laundry. And there's no pants anywhere. And you're pretty sure that you accidentally threw them into the garbage. So even though going to throw the garbage out is a good thing, you don't want to do it because you need to do something else first. This is what's happening to behavior. It is true. It would make a lot of sense, in my opinion, for the gens at the start of the game to be slower or to even be blocked. Fuck it, Corrupt Intervention base kit. In a lot of situations, it makes perfect sense, right? The killer at the start is very weak, so make survivors also a bit weaker at the start. That objectively sounds like a good idea. But here's the fucking thing. The developers have... Sorry, hiccup. The developers have already explored this option. I remember one of the developers in my chat, like during one of our discussions, being like, oh yeah, we could try that, right? Like they were very candid about it. Then they tried it, and they didn't end up doing it. And I think 1 or 2 developers since then, this was years ago, have explained that they tried it and it wasn't good. They didn't like it. Now, why do you think they didn't like it? My opinion, the pants that behavior is not putting on is indoor maps. Indoor maps are very badly designed. Yeah, Larry's has lights. Nobody fucking knows about that when they start playing the game. But maps like Hawkins, maps like Larry's, maps like Midwich. These maps already have very high kill rates because survivors, especially before they buff Deja Vu, are fucking clueless as fuck. Right? And they don't find the gens. They don't see the gen light in the distance, they don't know where to go. So if you make base kit corrupt, especially in these maps, I speculate, I don't know, but I speculate that the kill rate for killer would go up so fucking much that the developers are like, no, we can't do that. So because the devs do not want to bite the bullet and rework indoor maps or make gen information a bit easier to gather on indoor maps or do some kind of tutorial that teaches new players how to do indoor maps, or do an information pass on indoor maps where every single indoor map has a clear fucking A. There's a sign here that glows, right? There are signs that glow in Larry's. There are some in Midwich, but they're hard to see, and there's none in Midwich. Midwich, you go into a room that has a gen 90% of the time, it's not there. Like, yeah, that plus corrupt is gonna fucking make those maps so fucking, like, survivor, you know, beginner survivor unfriendly that, yeah, I don't think they'll do corrupt base good. So that's my whole explanation for that. And I think I made a video explaining a few other ideas that I disagree with, that I think are bad, or at least are undoable. And you could watch it if you want. That's one of them. Shampoo! Mwah! Someone's gotta watch you because you've been kicking ass lately. So you're saying the developers don't want to develop? I think the developers are doing something that makes sense, which is to prioritize and see what's easier. You know? If something is too complicated, they just don't bother. That makes... I can't blame them too much for that. Like, fuck. Yeah. Yeah. If you're a developer, and on the one hand, you make a change that some people want, but it makes your job a lot harder, why would you do it? You know? Like... If killers are too weak, then they'll just make survivors, you know, they took a couple numbers until the statistics are where they want them. And as I've been explaining today ad nauseum, like over and over again, like the developers look at the numbers. If the numbers are where they want them to be, they don't care about anything else sometimes. I disagree heavily that indoor maps are badly designed. That's not what I said. You're not disagreeing with me. I love indoor maps. Midwich, for a long time, one of my favorite maps, right? Hawkins, I don't love it as much as some killers, but Hawkins is alright. Larry's is kind of fun. There's a lot of parts of Larry's that are fun, right? And RPD, well, it's RPD, but even RPD has some charm here and there. I'm not saying indoor maps are badly designed. I'm saying indoor maps are badly designed for beginners. And I think that is, like, that is undebatable. Like, you cannot possibly tell me that is, like, wrong. Like, I will die on that hill. 100% indoor maps fuck new players up. And you know what's one really easy way to tell? Look at the statistics. Like, Gideon, like, has a really, like, for the longest time, had the highest kill rate in the game. And even after they added 25 fucking mostly safe pallets, it still was among the deadliest maps in the game. No joke, because it's an indoor map. So, yeah, I don't know. Newbies play with newbies. What difference does it make? The difference it makes is that it changes the statistics. That's my whole point. If a new group of survivors doesn't find a gen, it doesn't matter. The killer sees the gen. The killer has aura on the gen, so it does make a difference, yeah. Like, for the longest time as well, oh, I thought that was Legion. The easiest maps for Survivor are the maps that have, like, easiest to see and easiest to find generators. Like Rotten Fields, like Area of Crows, and even static generators that don't change and are always in main, always here, always there, you know? So, I honestly, obviously I don't know everything about the statistics, but I feel like this is a very, very solid theory, if you will. That is true. Right now, no one's playing with anyone because of the long queues. Hello. That is unreasonable. Alright, let's stay on the slope. Why not? Alright, Meg, all you. We're recycling the spell. We're gonna catch an STD. Oh no, come on, give me a flashlight. Come on. Meg, we're not doing our best. Oh, Vittoria, what's up? Oh shit, we are doing our best. Completely fair and balanced, guys. Completely fair and balanced. Oh, nice speed boost as well. I wasn't expecting it. Oh my god. Hi, Abkovag. If we can ask, what cosmetics did you vote for? I showed it on stream 2 streams ago. Like, if you watch my stream, not yesterday, the day before, I think I did it on stream. Yeah, or the day before. No, it was 2 days ago. It's in the, it's throughout the middle of the stream. If you scroll through, you'll see it. Oh man. I'm still thinking about some of them, man. Oh, that night one was cool, dude. I'll patch you up, Meg. You're a hero. Hi, Rai. Yeah, I would be annoyed, but I don't know, man. Like, when you play with your friends, you need to sometimes understand that they just have a different attitude towards the game, you know? Like, sometimes I play with friends that, like Hens, right? That have 29 billion hours in the game. And I'm expecting Hens to come and take a hit. I'm expecting Hens to drop kick tech the killer. I'm expecting Hens to use the extremely obscure bug that makes the killer's nuts get stuck in the fucking window when they vault, right? And if he doesn't do it, I'm like, Hens, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Why didn't you reverse blind tag the killer and save me from the fucking basement, dude? What the fuck, you know? But then, I play with other friends that don't have that many hours, that just play with their comfy little builds, that they never ever change. And if you're gonna play with them, you need to understand that, like, if they are willing to change and adapt, that's great. But if they're not willing to, either don't play with them or just accept that they're not gonna come and take hits and understand the perfect counterplay to every single fucking killer add-on and perk in the game, you know? All 6 billion combinations of them, you know? Hens kill the killer? Yeah, exactly. Hens, what the fuck, man? But yeah, I'm giving him as an example because they're, you know, I've played with him a few times. Oh, we don't have the thing? Oh, thank you. I played with him quite a few times, and it's an example of someone that I'm on the same brain wave, you know? Like, I know Hens is gonna know the same things that I do. He's gonna do the same things. He's probably gonna play the same way, right? He's gonna know... Like, I don't need to spell anything out for a teammate that has that many hours, you know? So I'm sorry that your friends are, like, giving you a bit of a hard time, but it's time to, like... Wait, don't do it in the heat of the moment. Don't do it when you're pissed and they're pissed and you're shouting at each other on Discord. But later, when everything's calm, tell them, hey, Jeremy... You remember yesterday we had this discussion? Do you want to talk about how we deal with this? Do you want to like look at our builds and see if we can do better? And if they seem keen, maybe that could be the way to approach that. Can Hens style the killer? Very possibly, yes. I think he tries. Hello, hi Jeremy. What the fuck? Why is there a Jeremy in our chat? Oh, Brito. Oh no. Is he getting mortared? Wait, no, he's getting healed up. He's getting healed. Oh, nice. We should be there to help him out, maybe. Oh, no. Fuck. Fuck. What? What? He wasn't that recovered. Or she, sorry. I don't think it was Tori or something. Damn, dude, that's unlucky. That looked weird as hell. Save a moment? It's okay, don't say that, Chad. They tried to help each other, man. That's sweet. I swear. Oh. It's all good, it's all good. We don't have a lot of healers, do we, in this? Yeah, we have two. Meg, what the? I'm so sorry! Oh, nice. Yeah, you're good. Sorry, I wanted to run in circles. Alright. Come. Uh-oh. Thank you, fellas. Oh, interesting. Honestly, don't take the 50-50. Meg, how recovered are you? Not very much. Where's the other killer, by the way? Oh, she goes under the pallet, maybe? Oh, nice. Do we have a... Oh, okay. Need to be a bit mindful. I think every pallet's been used up. I tried to fake it by picking up, but it wouldn't have been very good. Meg does get picked up, though. That's nice. Is this the winter event? Because I think I see a massive snowball. Ha! What? No. We're coming back. We're coming back. Odds is 7 feet 1. Yeah, 7 feet 1 inch tall. Oh, I see we're rounding down a little bit. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Best part of DBD is playing custom games with clueless friends. That is really nice. If you can do that, like a weekend party with friends, that is honestly one of the nicest things. You're right. Not everybody can, though. Is there a reason you don't have the Fog Whisperer icon? Oh, I took it out while I was recording for another game or something. Shit. Thanks, guys. Boop, it's back. I'm being readmitted into the Fog Whisperer program, guys. Sorry behavior, I didn't mean to say that about your janitors. Didn't mean to say that, sorry guys. Now that I've apologized, I've been reinstated. Thank you. Are you injured? No, you're fine. Razy, yay. Whoa. Do we want to rescue right away? Most likely. I think this could be a heal real quick. Because... Wow, that's so disgusting, dude. Brother. Are they chasing anyone? Yeah, chasing them off the thingy. Watch out for traps, I'm really not looking too much. Okay. Honestly, I don't see how... Oh, ooh, Sable's coming! Sable, run! Run! Nah, we're all fine, I think. You guys are there? Yeah. GG's. Why does the bear use bear traps even though he himself is a bear? I don't know, chat. I don't know. Playing with fire, I guess. Jejes. GG's, guys. That was fun. These are really chill lobbies we're playing. Huh. Is PTB coming tomorrow? I don't fucking know, chat. I thought PTB would be... tomorrow? But maybe we'll get the PTB notes tomorrow. And then the PTB on Wednesday. No fucking clue. They're called bear traps because they're his traps. Ah, that makes sense. So the trapper's borrowing them then. Tomorrow's the live stream with notes? Yeah, they do live streams on Discord explaining patch notes. Yeah, that might be it. Oh, it's Louis. Nice. Has there ever been a change in DBD that you were suspicious or critical in the beginning, but it ended up being good overall? Yes! Quite a few, actually. What's the most recent one? That I was like, I don't like this, guys. I don't like this. And now I'm like, you know what? That's actually pretty good. Let me see. Like, I'm thinking of very specific ones, right? Because sometimes there's something in the game that I'm like, oh, this needs to be changed. And it doesn't get changed, but then it makes sense because, like, 6 months later, we get a feature that kind of, like, corrects it, right? What's one thing that we kind of were against, but now I agree? I think MMR. MMR, like, a lot of people say MMR is when DBD started dying and DBD started getting sweaty and this and that and this and that. And sometimes I do agree, like, the game before MMR felt a lot different, but if you think about what DBD right now would be like without MMR, oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I didn't like it when it was proposed, I didn't like it when we first had it, it was horrible. I went against 7 blights in a row as a survivor, and the killer games were fucking awful. Right, I didn't like them, I didn't like it at the time. And I still don't fucking like it, honestly. But I still feel like it's probably better than if they had never done anything with it. If they had never done anything with it, I think this game would be literally so unplayable. We're now at the point where the game is so complex that if you played with people that have a few... Like, keep in mind, a lot of people now have, you know... They've played a lot, but they're not necessarily very good. There's now a lot of people in the game, more than ever, that have a bunch of hours, but they're super, super casual, super, super... clueless in their gameplay, right? So, like, your games would be so fucking unbearable if you played solo. Your games as killer would be so fucking insane. You reach Eerie 1, and you go against other Eerie 1s as a killer. That would be so fucking crazy. We had a Wraith that sent us footage from his gameplay. He's Eerie 1. He's already Eerie 1. So that would be old max rank, right? And he only has 60 hours. Do you think that it would be fair if me and my other friends that are like 10,000 hour Andys played against a 60-hour Wraith? Like, come on. There's no... The game could not survive. Like, yeah. So I think that's the biggest one. I think MMR fucking blows and it's ass, but... oh, that was not good for me. But I think it had to happen, man. It had to happen. Otherwise, this game would be a fucking disaster, probably. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, you're right. It is pretty... Probably most people are not gonna do that, but... Still. The fact that you can is kind of scary. Oh. Oh, thank you. Alright, guys, 1 second. Blight, lethal, nowhere, pop. Yeah. Blight, pop, lethal, blight, pop, lethal. Yeah, I know. Should an injured survivor take hits for someone who's also injured and has a higher hook stages? Yes, but. Yes, but. You need to put a bit of common sense into the equation, right? Like, if I am injured and one hook, and my teammate is injured, and they don't hook, if I am playing against a trapper, and I can take a hit, and then, you know, that person makes it to, like, across the whole map, and they're fine, then yeah, that's a good idea. If I'm playing against a trickster, or a nurse, or a bubba, like, why would I take hits? I'm gonna go down, and then that person's gonna go down too. And if it's a clown with like 17 stacks of Sedves for Laos, I'm gonna go down. Now I'm gonna be slugged. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I have toggle. I'm gonna go down. Then I'm not gonna be doing gens. And then the killer's gonna leave me on the ground. And then that person's gonna die anyway 5 seconds later, right? Like, imagine that I'm taking hits for someone, right? And that person just so fucking happens to be right on this fucking loop, which is the corner of the map, right? Like, if I take a hit for them here, where exactly are they gonna go? In that situation, unfortunately, you need to say goodbye Meg, goodbye Bill, goodbye whoever the fuck, and let them die and try to get the last gen done. Or do something else, probably. So, there's no correct answer. Uh-oh. Okay. That's cute. I'm so sorry, Mika. Ella! Oh, I could have saved her! Damn, this team of killers is doing so good. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, chat. It's not that difficult to not get caught. I'm so sorry. I'm just reacting really badly and checking the chat too often. Ranked mode would be cool, but the game doesn't have the player base to sustain that. Yeah, I guess. The queues would be awful. It's not that there's not enough players, it's just that they would be split awkwardly, right? I like your hair, thank you, Diva. Legion only, I don't care, honestly. That's my bad. Hi, I'm Mirella. I wanted to say real quick, I really love variety you have in your streams. Ah, thanks!
Say real quick that I really love the variety you have in your streams with Hitman 3. It actually got me to play it again myself. Which year was
my favorite time to play DBD was around 2020, 2021. Like, I think, like, when Trickster came out and No Way Out was introduced, I think there was a genuine endgame meta. Maybe the endgame was never the most popular meta, but you could genuinely, and this is insane. This was before Resurgence, so before Resident Evil Chapter 2. And before anti-camp, right? So obviously you still had the odd bubbas face camping you, which, you know, good times. But there was a stretch of a few months where, as a killer, I did not even like casual games. I straight up did win streaks where I was comfortable getting to the end game with 4 survivors alive. You know, because I knew one of them would die on hook. I knew another one I would be able to catch, and I knew another one I could catch with No Way Out lasting a long time, you know? Like, that was such an amazing thing. And Hope wasn't popular. MFT was a glint in Behavior's dad's eye, like, you know? But that ended. That ended. That absolutely ended. First, they introduced reassurance. Now, hook stages could last 90 seconds. Then they increased the timer of the hook stages. Now hook stages can be 100 seconds. Also, at some point in between, Hope and MFT became really popular. So now you literally had survivors that move faster than you in the endgame. Not quite, but kinda. So trying to play into endgames was like suicidal. You could have every survivor in the game injured in the endgame, and you could just never catch them. Yeah. No Way Out was also, I think, nerfed slightly. Well, that doesn't matter too much. That part really doesn't matter. We gotta go, guys. We gotta go. Oh, he wants to take the hit because he has base kit, whatever the fuck. Anyway. So yeah, I really enjoyed playing killer during that meta, where endgame was actually like viable. Right now it's not as bad, but it's still pretty terrible. What the fuck? He's going so fast, bro. Okay. Do we have a pallet here? Was it thrown? Can we rebuild it maybe? Alright. Hey! Oh, thank you. Whoa. Oh, even with rank queues, there would be still be threadlords. Yeah, and cheaters. Like, I know. And if you play ranked and you're not forced to play a specific killer, guess fucking what? Rank blight, rank nurse, rank blight, rank ghoul, rank blight. Like, you think anyone would play rank trapper? Like, unless they were competing against the stats of other trappers, maybe. You know, that could be a thing, right? You played rank trapper, and you get 2 kills on average, but you know what? Compared to all other trappers, that's still really good. So you're in the top 10% and you get the Master Trapper achievement or badge or whatever the fuck. Yeah, they could do that, but they won't. Ranked Myers? Pfft, that's an oxymoron if I ever fucking heard one. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. For YouTube content? Yeah, I would. But, you know, you gotta understand, like, players with like a lot of hours that are throwing for content and that are actively doing the harder thing, that's an exception, it's not the rule, right? If you were to quickly think up of an endgame build for current next patch, what would your first ideas be? Well, remember me, honestly, is fucking insane on Singularity. If you want to play an endgame build, Singularity, No Way Out, Remember Me, and Terminus, it's just huge. And you have one perk that can literally be anything you want. Right? You injure everyone, they can't heal, they can't open the gate, you kill the obsession, so it takes them forever to open it. And even... That's trouble, chat. We need to kind of leave. We do have a strong pallet here. Wait. We're okay. Don't rush it. Oh my god, he's... Oh, I thought he was gonna get me, dude. I almost fucking pissed myself. It's later. Okay. Let's go back to Shug. Yesterday I played a Wesker with No Way Out. Remember me, Bloodwater, and the Springtrap Dose perk? Yeah, that one I don't think does a lot. Even with the other ones, but yeah, it's nice. Okay, first things first, I wanna... Okay. I can't tell where he's going, chat. Okay, nice, he kicked the gem first, that's good. If he immediately come to me, like, if he immediately went for me, it would have been bad, I think. Wait. Honestly... Just running out of that hard. I wasn't so sure I could do it, right? That ping's pretty good, we could have tried. Hey Chad, been a while, what happened to the killer streak? Chad, we can't play killer on normal queues, the queues are fucking ass. We'll get back to it afterwards. Oh. Well. Thank you, mods on YouTube. Oh, nice. Shaq's still, like, halfway done. Yo. Alright. Time will tell if this was a good or a terrible idea. Thank you, Claire. I think I'm okay for a bit, but... Oh, interesting play. Does he make it? I think so. Huh? He finally came to the realization, I guess. I need to make sure the Oni doesn't see me, though. Okay. Just trying to juggle 2 targets. Okay, that shouldn't have worked, but hey! Sometimes a man gets lucky, huh? Ooh, those 2 pellets are disgusting, man. Okay. Has anyone had issues with affiliate onboarding taking ages? What, on Twitch? I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe message support. They're pretty nice about these things. Didn't realize we've lost half the team. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait. Yoichi, let me... Oh, shit. I'll go to Shaq, maybe? Do you think streaks will get harder after the new patch? A bit, yeah. I mean, the way I play them, I think, yeah. But not too much, believe it or not. Because I think in most of my streaks, I'm not going... In most of them, I'm not saying all of them, but in most of them, I'm not going for, like, 3 hooks out. Even though sometimes we do that. So I don't think it would be insanely. I also don't have pop, painters, DMS. So in most of my builds. So if I tunnel someone and now I can't block or damage gens, well, guess fucking what? I couldn't really do that to any degree earlier anyway, so. Yeah, I don't think a lot, but yeah, definitely a bit. I think worse for the streaks is just the blatant stream sniping that happens sometimes, and the blatant fucking cheating that happens also sometimes. I think that's worse. Like, I can take losing games because something went wrong and I didn't play it perfectly, you know? Or I just got unlucky. Like, the thing that honestly fucking kills me, that I generally don't know how to handle, is losing and then thinking that it could be a cheater. Or losing and then being like, how did they know that I have this? Why did they play so well around it? We had a match, I want to say a week or 10 days ago, that left me so absolutely fucking dumbfounded. I was just like, I had a perk that it wasn't extremely obvious. It could be obvious, but it wasn't extremely obvious. And from the second or first chase, the survivors were already playing around it. And it's like, oh, okay, dude, like... And then in the end game, even though I'm playing anonymous, GG's odds, you know, it's like... Alright, man. It happens. Hi, cutie. Thank you. Uh-oh. What?! Damn. Hold on. I didn't realize I was the last one. Damn. You alright? You can kill me. You can moir me. There you go. Oh. There's the sword. I am in Glee. Hi, Sofo. Thank you. Thank you for the 25. So yeah, I don't think the next update would affect my challenges too much. I could always make the rules easier or something for that. That doesn't make me lose much sleep. I've already given up on most of them anyway. How would you feel about giving game mode available 1 day a week? That would be nice, honestly. I would fucking love that. Hi, Napkin. Thanks. Have you ever been sent to our FOB footage from a game you thought was a hacker or sniper, showing that it wasn't? Yes. A sniper, not too much, because we don't accuse too much and we don't suspect too much. Right? I don't like, oh my god, I think that was a sniper, I need to find out. Nah, it doesn't happen too much. But cheaters, yes. Sometimes I have been told, hey, odds, the person you played against was a streamer. And then I go, I check, like, just the fact that they're a streamer already tells me, okay, it was probably the game being weird and nothing sussy, right? The one thing that almost every single cheater has in common is that the moment you try to look into their profile, like private profile, private Steam, Epic Games, you know, new account, like, you know what I mean? If you see that it's a normal player, 90% of the times, then that was probably not a cheater. Hello, Aaron, what's up? But yeah, sadly, it happens. Sadly, we sometimes get it wrong. Oh, thank you. Happy birthday, Calcronel. Big hugs. When's the next BTB coming? Tomorrow or the day after? We're not too sure. Why is getting the last survivor in the queue so difficult? It always gets stuck here. I feel like most people I look is private. Yeah, but to be fair, I want to say 80% of the cheaters or 90% of the cheaters do not play on Steam. They obviously don't play on console much or at all, because yeah, that would be weird. They play on Epic Games or Microsoft Store. And honestly, man, I love Epic Games as a store, but fuck the Epic Games version of DBD, man. Fuck it, man. Fuck it. Absolutely fucking nuke it, dude. Make everyone that plays on Epic Games verify their account with a fucking phone number. Oh, odds, but I can't. I don't have a Nokia. I'll fucking buy you one, dude. I'll fucking buy you one, dude. You can use my phone. Here's my phone. 555-666, you know. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. I would take a desperate measure like that, even if it loses me like 10% of the player base. I don't know, man. I'm desperate. As a player, I'm desperate. If it was up to me, I would do it. You know? What if a cheater gives someone else cheats? Could they be banned? Nah. Nah. If you play with a cheater and they make you, like, unable to get hooked, the developers aren't stupid. They're gonna see the logs. They're gonna see that you play with them one time. They're gonna see that you don't have any reports, right? But, that being said, if you're a fucking little son of a fucking bitch, and you play with your friend Jimmy, who has cheats, and you queue with your friend Jimmy every match, and you always escape together, and you always play together, and suspiciously you win every single match ever, then the devs are probably gonna put 2 and 2 together, and they're gonna ban your ass. That does happen as far as I know. Hi Odds, hi Rimple. So yeah, that does occur from time to time. And sometimes, oh my god, sometimes you see cheaters justifying it's like, behavior banned my account even though I didn't cheat. And then I started cheating to really show it, stick it to the man. And it's like, oh, okay, why did you get banned? Why did they ban you? Oh, because you see, my account, my friend took my account, and then when I came back, I had every prestige unlocked and every legacy skin and every item 99,999,000. But I didn't do anything wrong, man. I only played with a cheater for 300,000 games, you know? And, but I didn't cheat myself, man, you know? Okay, dude. Some people are very fucking insane, man. Some people are very insane. Do you think it would be cool to make a challenge for the 2v8 mode? It's hard to take it seriously, man. Sometimes we play against killers that are obviously experienced, and sometimes we play against killers that are, they're playing on console, they're like missing every swing. If I had an 8-man Survivor Friends, and I decided to do like, oh, let's do escape streak on 2v8, that would be doable, 100% doable. But like, I feel like it would be meaningless, man. It would be so meaningless. Like, what's the point? What's the point of sweating in this game mode that is so obviously unserious? Like, it's so obviously, you know, like all over the place. I think I wouldn't have much fun doing that. Maybe for a bit, but yeah. Now, on the other hand, could you do some kind of challenge? Like, oh, me and my best friend Killer, we do a win, like a win streak on Wesker and Wraith or something. That seems fun. And honestly, that could be fun for a while too. But then you need to realize that 90% of your time is going to be spent in lobbies. What's the fun part about that, man? What's the fun part about a challenge where you don't play the fucking game for, you know, for 80% of the fucking time you have it running? It's just a disgrace, man. It's just, no, I don't think this game mode is like win streak friendly or challenge friendly or anything like that. Oh, okay, interesting. What is our killer friend doing? He's still on us. We could go to a much easier palette to play. Oh, I mean, if he chases us, great. If he doesn't, he's chasing us into a corner with like fucking nothing here. Isn't this a little bad for him? Cool mask. I like that outfit on Trapper. I'm gonna let him see me. Hold up. Oh, I don't need to. Oh, why is my aura being revealed this many times? What's going on? No traps here, right? Oh. Shit, where did the trapper go? Hi. Oh, never mind. He's not keen on us picking up the trap, the pallet. Oh, okay. Oh, someone stepped on a trap or? No. Hold up. By the way, when you disarm a trap next to an exit gate, or something similar, be extremely careful. Be sure to look at the trap and triple check that it says disarm. This game is a little funny sometimes. If you try to disarm a trap, it takes the priority and you start opening the gate and then you get caught in the trap. And it's not very good for the killer. This poor fucking trapper, dude. This poor fucking trapper. He's gonna get sick of hearing the sound of his traps being disarmed. Please don't re-op. You ever see a child like ask you one of those innocent questions that only a child, you know, could ask? Like they're watching the news or something, right? And it's like, but mom, why would someone hurt someone else? But why would they do that? That's wrong, you know? And you're like, oh, poor dear Jimmy. You know, the innocence of youth. That's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. This poor trapper, man. He's just trying to rearm his one fucking trap, and he doesn't realize that it only takes 1 or 2 survivors to completely fucking stalk him forever. Oh, man. Sweet summer child. Exactly. Oh, man. So sad. It's so... This mode is super hard for killer, dude. Like, it's nice because you can just chill, and who cares if you don't get 5 kills, you know? But, yeah, it's so hard, dude. Why can't they put all the bad people in jail? I know. Poor children. Yeah. Have you ever had a child, like, ask you something that gave you pause? I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't spend a lot of time around children anymore. I used to when I did volunteering and what's the other thing? Internship with kids, but like, I feel like if you're a parent, you probably have heard the most insane fucking statements from your child. Do you guys have any funny stories? Oh. Ouch. Nice play, dude. Damn. Oh, shit. I thought that was a trapper. It's Vittorio. Alright, let's check it to see if he reset the trap. No, he hasn't. He gave up. Bless him. How do we help? Oh. How does gravity work? Dude, I bet you... Like, how does gravity work is a question so fucking difficult. I don't think adults can answer that for the most part. Ah, you're outside the pallet. I'm sorry, what? What? Wait, what? What the fuck? First person survivor? Wait, I can heal myself. Okay, I'm getting reported. Wait, can I be healed? Oh my god. POB. Jeff is healing you ASMR. This is great. No, come here. I'll patch you up. Come. Come, I'll patch you up. No, come closer. I'm stuck on the wall, man. There you go. There you go. Maybe this unstucks me. No, I'm stuck. Wesker, please get me out of here. I'm like one of the pillar men in JoJo. You're now a health station? Yeah, guys, if you need heals, come to me. Hey, Trapper, what the fuck, man? I was your friend. Remember how many times we kissed earlier? Yo, fucking get me out of here, you dickhead. Oh my god. Oh my god. 4% slower, by the way. I am literally an NPC vendor. You know, like in games, you go to like the Pokemon Center to heal? I'm literally a fucking nurse. What is it called? Nurse Joy? I'm Nurse Joy from Pokemon, dude. Ding, 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 ding. Come in. Oh my lord, dude. Yo! Survivor, crawl, please. He missed. Survivor, please crawl to my healing station. Oh god. Oh, this is so stupid. I'm pretty sure if Wesker got me, he could help me out, but he is not interested. He would rather play the 1v7. This is so stupid. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Stuck someplace? First time? Okay. This is so embarrassing, dude. Who is better, Ghostface or Pig? Honestly, I think Pig has better nuclear options. I think Pig can be meaner. Whereas Ghostface, even his strongest build is a little bit not too scary. That's a little sad that Wesker's not trying to get me out, dude. That's honestly really shitty. But, because he's not obligated to do it, but... Yeah, thanks, man. You know what? I'm so sorry, Chad. I don't have the fucking patience for this. I'm so sorry. It's funny, but... Yikes, man. He can't? Yeah, he didn't even try, bro. It's okay. It's not really his fault, I guess. It's not really his fault. I just balls, man. What happened? We got thrown into a fucking wall and we literally got stuck on it. You know what I'm quite interested in, chat? Okay. I am interested in knowing what the tier list would be like if the next changes kind of go ahead as planned. So I'm gonna go and do that. Hold up. Right, the last killer to come out is Springtrap, right? The last time we edited this was a little while ago, and it wasn't super mega accurate, but this is roughly the current tier list that we have right now, right? Looking at it right now, let's remember, Unknown, small buff, Oni, small buff, Ghoul, small nerf, what else, Clown. I honestly think, fine, I think it's the same. It's gonna be like a side grade. If you were a strong Clown, I think it will be even maybe a little bit better. Anyone else that got a change, chat? Oh, Myers, obviously. Fuck. Yeah, Myers is hard. Myers is really hard. We're gonna put Myers in the... Question mark, question mark, question mark. Hi, Painful. Oh, thank you for the gifted subs, man. You didn't need to. Thank you. Let's put it down here. Right. So... Nurse, Blight, Ghoul, Vampire, Dark Lord, and Billy all have reduced effects post-hook. Right? So every killer in the game gets, I don't know, let's say 10% or 15% mini base pop, and every killer gets, I don't know, 5% haste, and every killer gets, say, 4 or 3 seconds barbecue. But these killers get lessened version. I'm gonna guess half. So how much stronger, if at all, is Nurse with a mini base kit pop and mini base kit barbecue? I actually think that's insanely good for Nurse. I think Nurse, if you had any debate that she's the best, now she cements her position. Because Nurse generally is the type of killer that does not need to tunnel. She can, but she does not need to tunnel. You could play her in a way that is still super oppressive and does not really get impeded by the new changes. Now, one of the downsides of playing Nurse is that if you want to take advantage of her big auto-reading perks, you have to give up slowdown. Now you could run 1 or even 0 perks to have info, and you have a basic barbecue, which means the Mangle add-on is even better. Right? It means that you can find people on gens a bit more consistently. So if you play in the next patch Grim Embrace, Painless, DMS Nurse, or some shit like that, tell me exactly how this killer isn't like double S tier plus at this point. I know, Painful. Sabi, thank you for the 28. Mwah, big hugs. So in my opinion, Nurse probably stays. Blight probably stays. Billy, believe it or not, actually gets a worse hand because Billy is weaker than the other 2 killers. I am pretty confident, especially when you don't consider the best add-ons, right? And even though he will have the same quote-unquote lessened version of pop, lessened version of barbecue, even though that's still really good, barbecue on Billy is amazing. The fact that you don't need to run barbecue on Billy and you can catch people in the open, man, if they give him basic bamboozle, that would be amazing, right? Like, you're basically making it freer and easier to run bamboozle and still have 3 slowdown perks. And maybe you don't need any other info perks, right? So that's pretty good. But probably as Billy, you can have the thing where your first chase is a bit longer. I think realistically, you play on Gideon or some fucking shit. You play on Gideon as Billy. The base kit barbecue is not so useful. It's a stack map on top of itself. And the first chase could actually take a while. So yeah, not tunneling as Billy in that situation probably hurts a bit, right? So I think Billy goes down a bit. Does it go down enough to like drop a spot? No fucking idea. Ghoul should also go down a little bit. Not by a lot, but he should go down a little bit, right? He is less... He gets a lessened version of the things that other killer has. Obviously, he still keeps the bullshit deep wound and all of that. He's still going to be very strong. And if you value... If your tier list, whatever it is, if your tier list is based into, like, it takes into consideration how easy they are to play and how consistent they are, then this killer's still really fucking high, in my opinion. Dracula gets a little bit affected by the lessening. I think that's gonna suck. And he also gets changes that, in my opinion, are at most a side grade and at worst, possibly a tiny nerf. He gets a little bit of speed reduction when holding out his Hellfire, and his Wolfie form is a little bit slower, which sucks because the Wolfie form is kind of buggy already. You guys know what I mean? And also less orbs in Wolf form. A few other things, but that's the main one. That being said, the fact that he can hold more distance now kind of means that there are add-ons that you wouldn't run before that now you can run, possibly. And also, his ability to hit multiple people out on hooks is pretty fucking disgusting. You know, you can get 2 hits out on hooks from even further, and you're not going to get it down immediately, maybe, but you're going to put deep wound into the person unhooked, and possibly down the person that was rescuing or injure them if they were healthy. So Dracula, I don't really know. Spirit. Dude, Spirit is a big fucking winner here. At least, relatively speaking. She is among the strongest killers in the game, up there with Twins, right? And Singu. But she does not get a lessened version of the pop and the barbecue. And barbecue and Spirit is really good, because one of the best perks that you can run on her is something like Gift of Pain or Sloppy, one of the two. And you make healing harder, and then you catch them in the open while they heal with the base kit barbecue. And honestly, imagine if they don't really do anything else. Spirit runs Sloppy or Gift of Pain Painless, and then maybe Eruption, and maybe Nowhere to Hide, or whatever the fuck, put on some fucking juicing add-ons, and you go, you get it down, kick a gen, bam, massive damage, see people around you, they try to heal, you interrupt them. That, like, I think Spirit should be relatively unchanged. Am I right? Also, coming up, I think we have one of the best possible users of the new Haste status effect. The new Haste status effect, if it lasts for anywhere longer than 10 seconds, Singularity is a fucking menace, dude. Singularity is a killer that really, really, really values haste or hinder on survivors, because he teleports to you at a given distance, and how long you go before being hit is basically determined by how fast you are, right? In other words, having cool, having rapid brutality, having plurality food, having whatever the fuck it is, know it, does make him very, very lethal. So if you were to like hook someone and immediately teleport and start your next chase with like that extra, let's say, I don't know, let's go crazy, 10% speed or something for 10 seconds, that could be really, really good. Really, really good. The haste works on face? Yeah, right? I know. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Spirit and Singularity are eating pretty well. So far, we are about done with these killers. They all either get a bit weaker or get even stronger, comparatively speaking. Obviously, the changes, I think, overall are a nerf to killer. But if we talk comparatively to one another, these killers, they're doing good. Now, let's talk about Plague. Plague, she's a bit of a slow killer. I don't think barbecue on her is bad, but I also don't think it's insane. Out of all the killers so far, I think Plague's the one that's like, oh, barbecue, that's great, but what am I gonna do? Teleport? You know, fucking fly, catch a fucking Ryanair flight to the other side of Ormond. Yeah. She also is a killer that really appreciates having passive slowdown. I personally, maybe I'm wrong, okay? Personally, I think Ruin, DMS, Painless, like these perks are really, really nice on Plague so that you can focus on infecting and focus on using your power. It is true that in tournaments, you see a lot of Plagues run Eruption. But the reason why they can and do that is because they play on very specific maps where 3 gens are quite achievable. and quite the norm. I do think that in general, if you put Pain Res, Ruin, Passive, Deadlock, No Way Out, Plagues, and you put Nowhere to Hide, Eruption, Brutal Strength, Gen Kick, I think the Gen Kick style doesn't suit Plague very much. You already have to spend time picking up fountains. So imagine you hook a guy, you go to a gen, you kick the gen, you pick up the fountain. Like, by then, the survivors are already in a different fucking universe, dude. Like, good fucking luck catching up to them. Remember, no extraordinary mobility at all. So I think Plague, personally, doesn't really benefit from this. Arguably, you also, I don't think you could do it a lot nowadays, but the Plague is also one of those killers, a bit like Oni, which is coming up, that was really, really decent at, like, occasionally slugging people. Like, oh my god, dude. With some add-ons especially. Like, there's 3 survivors left. Blah, 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 bam. Person on the ground. Blah, 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 bam. Person on the ground. Now chase the last fucker. Bam. Game over. Right? Now, that's not something you can do anymore. Hi, Mythical Mix. Thank you so much for the raid. We're discussing the state of the tier list. This isn't finalized or anything. Let me clarify that, because sometimes people... I just remember making a video, right, where I was like, hey guys, this is a tier list that we put together in 5 minutes. It's not really accurate, but anyway, I just wanted to talk about some things. And then people on Twitter are like, oh, what is this tier list, bro? You fell off. You're an idiot. It's like, okay, man. All right. Keep in mind, this is theory crafting. We don't really fucking know anything. Right, so Plague, in my opinion, possibly goes down a little bit, relatively speaking. Oni. What do we think about Oni? I actually think Oni does pretty fucking well, dude. Barbecue on Oni is pretty good. Many times you don't a survivor, and you have blood around you right after you hook him. And especially now that they're gonna buff it. We don't know by how much, so we need to make a bit of a thing. But I honestly think Oni possibly goes up a little bit. And maybe climbs up. I don't think I'm comfortable putting him this high. He has a glaring weakness in the early game, right? Hi, Speedy. But I think he goes up a little bit. The slugging changes don't hurt him as much, considering that hooking is going to give him more orbs. But we just don't know if it's like 2 more orbs or like half his power. We really don't fucking know, so it's a little tough. But let's assume it's significant. Let's assume that hooking a survivor gives you 25% of your power, which would be... Whoa. So now you hit a survivor, M1, that's 40%. You chase them a little bit. Then you down them again, that's 0. Then you hook them. And now together you have 40 plus 25, 65% of your power. If at that point you've made them vault a window or 2, you already have your whole power, man. That's... Or if you hit someone else, you immediately have it, right? So that would be really nice. And also, in my opinion, I think Oni, actually, unlike Plague, is really good at using Unforeseen, Eruption, Tinkerer, Pop. So I think the idea of hooking one survivor, going to a gen, kicking it, stalling for time, getting your power, getting it down, Eruption, blah. I think that playstyle, which is going to be more and more meta, is really, really good. Also, Oni is a fantastic user of Gift of Pain, which I also think is going up in stocks. Unfortunately, Plague can also use Gift of Pain, by the way, but you run the risk of people just staying injured, which many people will. If you cleanse against Plague, that triggers Gift of Pain, but it doesn't make your cleansing any slower. So yeah, Plague, a bit of a mediocre Gift of Pain user. And that leads us to Artista. I don't know what to tell you, chat. What are your impressions? Does Artist get any stronger? She's not getting any particular buffs, right? No, nothing directly Artist related in the next patch. I honestly think one of the nicest things Artist can do is tunnel, like unironically, like generally she's actually, I don't want to say she's good at tunneling, she's not amazing at tunneling, but it can be hard to protect a teammate that's being tunneled by an Artist. What are you gonna do? Take hits? She has the add-on that spreads birds, and now you take damage and they take damage. Yeah, coming out of basement, bam, you know, hits on both survivors, things like that. I honestly think that Artist does not have the, it's a bit like Plague, does not have the mobility or the burst mobility to go around the map and popping gens. You wanna harass gens from a distance, use perks like DMS, blah, blah, blah. Ruin, blah, blah, blah. I think she's a bit in the same club as Plague, where she wants to use passive slowdown so she can actually focus on other stuff. So I do think, playstyle-wise, this should be worse for her. Honestly, guys, how do I make a distinction? I don't know. Like, I feel like Oni actually goes up, but does it just go up a couple spots? This killer's going down. This killer's going down. I also think Pyramid Head goes down a little bit. Needless to say, Pyramid Head got a little bit gutted when it came to tunneling, but it was still something. It's still something he can try to do. Well, not so much anymore, right? And he also doesn't have any extraordinary mobility to go around kicking gens. I also don't think he's an amazing user of like pulp eruption. He can, but he doesn't excel. Oh, this killer has burst mobility. This killer has great mobility. This killer has mobility. This killer has mobility. This killer has mobility. Twins has something else. This killer doesn't have mobility, but he fucking teleports. And he has a few other things. These two killers obviously have mobility. But then, nothing, nothing, nothing. This killers all go down. Unknown is an interesting case. Because he's getting a personal buff where his weakened is going to take longer to remove. But if it's only by 10 or 10 or 15% or 20% or 30%, even that's not going to make him climb in the tier list much or at all. Well, to be fair, to be completely fucking fair, he is a good killer when it comes to actually moving around the map. Great user of Nowhere to Hide. By extension, great user of Pop Goes the Gender Aggression. So actually, out of these three, he goes up a little bit, but unlike these three, he doesn't have like a really immediately strong power or some busted add-ons like Plague. So I don't even know if he really goes any higher. We do know that he's getting some add-on changes, and he does get a small buff as well to his teleport speed, post-teleport speed. So if these buffs were good and his new add-ons were good, unironically, he could climb up. All right, I'm going to skip Wesker for now. Wesker with a 10% movement speed or something, it could honestly be pretty good. I think Barbecue and Wesker's pretty good. And Wesker has some kind of like burst mobility. Not much, but a little bit. Like, I think Wesker's okay-ish. He uses perks like Pulp Eruption fine. So I think he's all right. He doesn't move very much. Also, no specific changes for Wesker. Now, Freddy, on the other hand, I think Freddy actually climbs up quite a bit. It might not be too crazy to place him around here. I do think he might climb 3 or 4 spots. Freddy does get cocked a little bit by the current strength of Visual, but I'm gonna be honest, Visual's got its days numbered. Like, there is a countdown on Visual. There's no way they don't nerf it. Guess, I don't know, but assuming Visual gets nerfed and it's not super meta anymore, then his slowdown is pretty good. His palatability is something. His ability to find people healing is important. Base Kit Barbecue is great on him. Base Kit Pop is insanely good on him. He is the killer that can hook, and unless the gen is 98%, that's a kick. Or 96 or 95 or whatever. Right? And also, the extra speed is useful. Because if you teleport to a gen that's like 1% and there's a survivor nearby, guess fucking what? That speed, you're going to use most of it. I think Freddy's going to be really nice. Really nice. Also good user of, accessory perks to pop and so on. So would it be insane to think that Freddy can climb maybe up to here or something? That's my guess. Okay. Houndmaster. I'm gonna go take a piss shot. I can't talk about her. It's a killer so bad I need to fucking pee. I'll be right back. Put him in S tier to farm tweets? I really should. Wait, hold up. While I leave, I'm gonna do something believable. I'm gonna put Hag in like, oh my god, yeah, this is perfect. Oh, above Spirit. I'm gonna put her here, and And I guarantee you tomorrow we have 20 quote retweets, you know. Odds doesn't play DBD, he's fucking insane. I'm right back. It kind of sounds like something I would say, so. Alright friends, now that I'm back, we can move Hag to where she belongs. S tier. Chad, keep in mind, Hag never slugs, she never tunnels. This is perfect. It's her patch, it's the Hag update. Alright, I forgot where she was, Chad. It was like here somewhere, right, or something? I don't fucking know. Anyway, yeah, I actually think Freddy, unironically, might be a big fucking winner here. But, you know, highly theoretical. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking lie, dude. I think some of these killers coming up. Fuck, man. Alright, I think we can no longer go in order because there's just so much to say. Let's try to think of killers that genuinely struggle to split pressure if the survivors are doing the most basic thing. I think Trapper gets even worse. You like slugging on Trapper is sometimes really nice. It goes out of the window. Tunneling on Trapper, even when it's on accident, it's even worse. He generally might be worse than Skull Merchant. But yeah, maybe not. Ghostface, like why? Like why? Ghostface is cruel, man. I think Ghostface gets worse, arguably. Believe it or not, Clown doesn't have anything insane. I think he goes down. No, the buffs are nice. I don't think he goes down comparatively. I don't think he's D tier. He's really not amazing, but he's probably not D tier. Do you guys think he's D tier? I don't think so. I think Demo probably does go down to C tier. Believe it or not, and I know I'm saying this a lot, Demo's portals are so slow that he probably will not benefit greatly from the haste. I actually think Legion might. Believe it or not, Legion was a really good user of Devour Hope back when we were doing challenges a few years ago, because the extra, what was it, 5% for 10 seconds or whatever, or 10% for 10 seconds. Like that extra speed on Legion actually kind of fucks. You have a killer that has a really easy time injuring people, And in situations where they don't immediately start pre-running, the 10% on survivors that are going to be injured more often than not is pretty fucking good. I actually think that maybe saves him a bit from sinking down. Baba with iridescent flesh will be nerfed so hard. I don't think so, because you don't typically like do you think Baba with eerie flesh is like super serious like threat? You know, you weren't planning to slug everyone anyway, right? It is a bit of a nerf, yeah. Any killer that has like a like ambitions of snowballing, yeah, they go down. Sadako, it's hard. All right, let's be honest. She gets uniquely affected by the tunnel thing, which sucks ass. An entire play style of Sadako gets a little bit like, don't do that. So I do think she gets hit, but she also teleports, has extra speed for a while, and she can hit gens. But her initial chase is bad. And I think one of the best things about Sadako is that even if survivors are body blocking, she's good at tunneling sometimes. I think, relatively speaking, she probably comes down. Yeah, to something like this. I don't know. Okay. Let's keep thinking about other killers. Basic barbecue on these two, I think, is honestly a little bit better than on demo, so I'd put it down. Pig. Basic pop with her buffs. Basic barbecue and pig is really nice. You will see a lot of people on boxers. Unironically, pig might be better than demo. And I know a lot of people are gonna think about old pig and old demo and be like, dude, how can you say that? Look at all these demo mentages. Pig's power has been buffed. Demo only gets more and more outdated by the day. Generally, he's probably gonna start to be considered low tier. He has been power crept to oblivion, in my opinion. Slinger that high up? Oh, don't worry, we haven't gotten to the middle yet. Thank you, Chris Rex and Steve Bishop and Chosen. Thank you for the good sub to our friend Pixie. Anyway, Baba getting Basket Pop, Basket Haze, Basket Barbecue. Is that a huge deal, chat? Because I don't fucking see it. I really don't fucking see it. Like, at most, he benefits the average amount. At most, he is okay with these things. But... Twins still that high after anti-slug? To be fair, I think I skipped over the twins. I didn't really talk about them. But you're right, they might go down a bit. He becomes more oppressive on smaller maps. Does he, though? In smaller maps, barbecue is less necessary and less helpful. In extremely small stack maps, like, for example, Gideon, probably the best example. Barbecue is so hard to use in Gideon. Do you guys ever hook someone in Gideon and then go, oh, I see everyone with barbecue? Maybe if you're playing Unknown or something that can teleport, but really hard, man, really hard. Pop effect is just going to be 5%. Listen, your guess is as good as mine. Like, we don't really know. It's not going to be 5%. I doubt it. Probably more like 10, 15, maybe even 20 or 25 if they're really spicy. I struggle to believe that, but probably 10 or 15. Probably. Because if it's 15 and then you kick a gen with the normal regression, that would mean that you're doing 20%. That seems right. And then they might nerf pop. Maybe they'll nerf pop a little bit. Maybe. We don't know if Barbecue Light will have a minimum activation rate. Yeah, it most likely will. It most likely will. 100% is going to. If I had to guess. But trust me. I like your hair. Thank you, Car. Anyway. So yeah. I don't think Bubba's getting any better. Arguably, he's getting worse. I think the ability to tunnel on Bubba is pretty nice. He's really good at double hitting people off hook. He's really decent at catching a person that's healed and sometimes downing them if they fuck up. I just have a hard time imagining that Bubba in the next update is going to consistently be able to get 6 hooks and have 1 kill. I think he goes down a bit. Trickster, honestly, man, if I can ever think of a killer that has to take shortcuts and likes to occasionally camp, tunnel, blah blah blah, that's definitely Trickster, man. I think even the most insanely dedicated Trickster mains will admit that he does not have anything special going for him when it comes to hooking Survivor A, injuring Survivor B, going for Survivor C and chasing them off a gen, keeping Survivor C busy, going back to B, downing B, threatening to go for C. Now Survivor D gets off a gen. Now Survivor A hits stage 2. That just doesn't happen with this killer, man. It generally doesn't fucking happen, man. That being said, he sometimes gets good chases. I can kind of see... I don't know, man. I really don't fucking know. Think about his best add-ons and stuff. I think he goes down a little bit. I think he goes down a tiny bit, comparatively. Doctor. Doctor. I mean, Doctor has something that some other killers don't have, which is the natural ability to every 45 or so seconds find people relatively consistently. So in a patch where you are encouraged to switch targets, that's good. That's great. Right? He also is not a killer that relies on slugging very much. He doesn't have any power that's like, oh my god, you insta-down but only for 20 seconds and you want to get 2 downs in those 20 seconds, like Myers or Oni or Plague or whatever. Right? So I do think Doctor, if anything, is kind of fine. I also think he... I don't know if Barbecue... The haste, if it's good, haste on Doctor is really, really good, by the way. Being, I don't know, 7% faster on Doctor is very, very, very strong. If he benefits a bit from that, that'll be good. Because it makes his power really, really difficult to... It makes it tricky, right? That's why sometimes some perks that give haste on Doctor can be quite scary. Having pop on him, I think, is nice. Because you're more likely to find people on gens, right? And I think, even though I don't think his best builds right now have Pop Goes the Weasel, I think adapting to the idea of kicking gens on Doctor makes perfect sense. He has perfectly okay ability to do that. So I think Doctor possibly doesn't get a lot lower, right? Then we have Wraith. Wraith is a great killer at going around the map. Even though he doesn't need to, he definitely can hook a Survivor, go to a gem, pop Eruption, pop Eruption. I think the new playstyle could suit him okay. Yeah. If, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think he's getting any more insane or anything, but like Wraith seems like he would use all of this okay. If he's so fast and the haste is decent, having haste on Wraith is never nice, never not nice, right? You're always like benefiting from it, right? Yeah, I think Wraith probably doesn't take much of a blow from this patch compared to other killers. Now, and I can't believe I'm doing this, I'm gonna talk about, I think Hag goes down. I think Hag probably goes down here. A lot of people nowadays put Hag around like not the lowest tier. Well, some people do actually, but maybe like in the lowest 2 tiers, one of them. And I personally don't agree, just because all of the chaos that Hag can create. But a lot of the chaos that Hag can create is everyone goes down to Noid in the end game. Everyone goes down by basement. Like all of these things are just disappearing. You cannot slug in, you know, extended, which is something that Hag loves to do occasionally. You obviously have a much harder time camping because of the face camp. You still have very long hook stages. Now, in my opinion, the Survivor meta more than ever is going to be surrounding efficiency on gens and efficiency on heals, right? Especially efficiency on gens, which just sucks for a killer that has to set up. And God fucking forbid, a Survivor that is a bit dumb steps on a trap and you have to down them and now you get a kill, 4 hooks, and now the rest of Survivors are faster on gens. That fucking blows for Hag. She gets hurt by this a lot. Also, Hag is the one killer that very realistically will play an entire game where she never enters chase for 20 seconds after a hook. Don't you guys think it's really common for Hag to hook a Survivor, put a trap at the hook, kick a gen, put a trap here and there, see another survivor, chase them a little bit. Now it's been 20 seconds already. The haste that you're gonna get on a killer that literally stands still and has to go, you know, reload or whatever. Pff. Yeah, imagine Trickster. Imagine Trickster. You down a survivor, you put them on the hook, and now you get a haste speed boost, and you waste it by opening a locker and reloading. Oh, odds, but you could reload before picking up. Yeah. And now you get pallet save. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sometimes you can, but not always. Not always a good idea to reload before. Sometimes you don't. Maybe you get maybe they go into a locker, so you grab them out. What are you gonna do? Drop them, reload them, pick them up? Like, why? Like, yeah. Yeah. So in my opinion, hack gets probably a little bit the short end of the stick. Night. Well, let's state the obvious. If you hook a survivor and you see barbecue, that's nice. In some maps, it could be huge, actually. If you catch a survivor in like a bit of a cul-de-sac or a little bit of a bottleneck or something where you can kind of like pincer attack them. Like having barbecue at night, I think is amazing. Having pop on night is okay, but he doesn't trigger it with his guards. And I also don't think he's the best user of haste because there's a good chance you're going to hook, take 5 steps, and then send the guard out. In which case the haste, as far as I know, is completely fucking wasted. So I don't know how good night is, but I have a hard time he's anywhere other than maybe here. Similar to like Wraith. Yeah. Now, this is hard, man. This is hard. Would you guys believe me if I fucking told you that I think Xenomorph goes down? I know I'm jumping from killers quite a bit. Would you guys believe me if I told you that I think Xenomorph goes down like a lot? Like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 spots? Xenomorph is a great killer at tunneling. In my opinion. That's not true, he's great at tunneling, but he does go into tunnels. But I think Xenomorph is a difficult killer to shake off you sometimes. If you're lucky as Xenomorph, right? You get a quick down at the start of the game. Maybe they unhook that person a little bit too early. Maybe that person has off the record, but guess what? Depending on how exactly you hit them with your tail, you recover. Your tail is kind of like a built-in save the best for last. And maybe they don't make a lot of distance. And another down. Bam. And because you've been chasing one survivor in one area or 2 areas of the map, they didn't really set up any turrets there. However, the fact that now the game should encourage you to switch between survivors more, even though this killer has some mobility, also means that you are going to have to deal with more turrets. You're not going to be able to stick to the areas that you like with the survivors that you've already chased. You're going to have to go out of your comfort zone a little bit. And that means more chances for one survivor to run you through a very debilitating turret. The type that you go, fair enough, I ought to break it. All right, that really slowed me down. Fuck, 2 turrets. I had to lose my power. Fair enough. Reset the chase. I honestly think this killer gets hit really fucking hard. Yet another killer that I don't think benefits too much from the haste. Because kind of like Demogorgon, his teleport is not that fast. We don't know what the haste is like. We don't know if it's 5, 7, 10, 29%. But assuming that it's something like 5% for 10 seconds, this kill is not going to see any benefit from that. By the time you come out of the tunnel, like there's 3 seconds left on it. Odds, tell me, you still play this game after that horrific stream with Chandler? That was so disrespectful. Chat, I'm gonna fucking be honest. I am not at the point in my career where I am naive and I think that it's a good thing to get respect or praise from companies. Every now and then, I talk to some devs. For example, the devs of Darkest Dungeon chill by my stream, right? Sometimes they stop by, and that's amazing. Wow, that's so cool. What an honor, right? But I don't go around expecting companies to do me favors or expecting companies to hand me stuff or expecting them to put me on their website. And that's just like, honestly, if you're a content creator with more than 1 year of experience, you're going to learn the hard way that companies, generally speaking, often don't give a shit about you. So in behavior, there are some friendly faces that I know, some community managers, some devs that I talk to that I'm even friends with, I'm friendly with, and I love them. They're really nice people. But behavior as a company, right? I don't expect to like I'm not going to bed crying at night if they don't send me a little love letter and a good night kissy kissy text. I don't care. I got paid for that stream chat. It's not that big of a deal. Was it a fucking disaster and a fucking huge shame? Absolutely. But me personally, I'm fine. I'm completely fucking fine. Don't feel bad for me. Ultimately, the reason I play this game is for me and for you guys, not for the company, you know? I'm not playing DBD as a favor to behavior. I'm playing DBD because I enjoy it, because there's an audience that it's easy to find, and a content that I find enjoyable and easier to do than something else. Anyway, that aside. Chad, do you have any comments on Zeno? Am I assessing this correctly, or am I missing something? Doesn't Zeno kind of get a little fucked in this update? Or am I fucking stupid? Is 30 Chase gonna be better? Very possibly, yeah. Very possibly. I feel like barbecue on Zeno is nice. It is nice, but I don't know, man. Like, there are two types of killers, right? The killers that see you in the distance. Two types of mobility killers, right? Let's put it that way. The killers that can see you in the distance and then immediately fucking move to you. Think Blight, think Billy, think Ghoul. And the killers that can see you in the distance and teleport towards you. But within the teleport, you have the teleport that is on top of you, possibly. Singularity, unknown, possibly. And then the killers that come out of something. TBs from Sadako, stations, doors for Springtrap. These killers are not that good. Like, let's be honest, man. Especially with 99.999 repeating of survivors running Sprimpers. You honestly think that seeing a survivor and then teleporting to a fucking station is gonna be... Like, it's such a slow teleport, Chad. It's such a slow teleport. I know that it's nice, but... Yeah, dude. Like, I'm sorry, man. You know, you're not gonna come out of a station and get a hit immediately, you know, just because barbecue tells you. Keep in mind that starting next update, if this goes through, of course, every single survivor knows that you have barbecue. They don't guess. They don't get caught off guard. They know. Now when you get a hook, they don't go, huh, maybe I shouldn't heal here. Maybe the killer will know. Now they know. And because they know, they're going to play different. It's very different trying to guess if there's Blood Warden and knowing that there's Blood Warden, right? Same thing. So yeah, don't expect anything easy. I think this killer goes down quite a bit, unfortunately. Now, Nemesis. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know, man. Think of the buffs. Think of the buffs. He has been buffed. Dude, is it crazy for me to say that Nemi could be so close to Zeno? I honestly think Nemi's probably better. Fuck. Yikes. Do you think survivors will be able to hide in lockers to avoid basic BBQ? Yeah, of course. But that's a little bit inefficient, so... I mean, if they're doing that, at least they're wasting time, right? Do the zombies get basic pop? Hi, Slotback. My sources say yes, they will. But only the female one. The male one will be bugged, and he will not apply it for the next 2 patches. Okay. Yeah. I'm lowering this killer set to a different tier altogether. I think these 4 killers make sense being higher. I'm gonna tell you why. Barbecue on Dredge is really good. Really, really good, actually. Barbecue on these 2 guys. This guy can interrupt you on the cube, which is important. He can get cube information for no perk slot, which is great. None of these killers, in my opinion, are like the best pop users ever. But Dredge is going to be able to do it pretty consistently. Or at least interrupt someone healing. So it will make things that are already popular, like Gift of Pain or Sloppy or whatever, at the time, become stronger. Plus all the buffs he's gotten recently, right? Hunters can snipe, which is not super common, and people are going to see it coming, so that's not going to be a huge deal. But Huntress, one of the main issues of Huntress is that she has a big lullaby and she's not good at tracking. So giving her a free tracking perk and then having the rest of your build dedicated to massive fucking destruction, you know? Ruin, Painters, Blood Favor, Undying, bam! That's a fucked up build. Now you have a really, really strong anti-chase perk, you know? With some good slowdown and a little bit of info on top. Bam! That's not bad. That's really not bad. I think Hunter's kind of... She's not great at using the pop, but, you know, that's fine, I think. Hi, Jojo. Oh, it shows up every... Oh, yeah, no, I did forget it. I think I did forget it. Hold up. No, I think I just never put it here. Oops. Where would you put Hammaster? I'll get to that, chat. I think these killers being in B+ makes sense. Right? I think so. Barbecue on this killer is good. Pop on this killer is not bad. The extra haste will work on flying, which I think is nice. Yeah, I honestly think Vecna is doing alright. So is this killer. Maybe a little bit better than Hunters and Slinger. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I think Slinger... The only thing maybe keeping him around here is the fact that he has a really decent chase power. I guess. That is on par with some of the killers up here. But I don't really know if he goes any higher. He's really certainly one of the few 110 killers left that has no mobility. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe below Dredge and Huntress, possibly. Is it crazy to think? The thing about Dredge, by the way, that you need to remember is that Dredge is one of the few killers that we've talked about so far that can genuinely lean into the whole injure, 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 chaos, 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 and then hook one, and then hook two, chaos, 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 gen regression, interrupt, heal, chaos, chaos. Not a lot of other killers can do that, like, that we've talked about so far. You're not gonna do that with Demo. Like, with Demo, everyone sprint bursts the fuck away, everyone pre-drops pallets, you know, you don't have the Nightfall, possibly, here and there. You don't have a nice quick teleport, which Dredge in most maps does. Yeah. Dredge might move up a lot. I don't know if a lot, but if the haste is long, it could be quite nice. Haste Dredge is probably good. Anyway. Next up, the killers that we have talked about relatively little are these three. I'm gonna be completely honest, guys. Remember everything I said about Xenomorph? I feel a bit similar to how I would describe Springtrap in this update. Haste-wise, he gets nothing. Haste is nice for every killer, obviously, right? But it's good to have it. But this killer is not particularly fast. His teleport requires you to stand still, go into a room, and then stand still for like what? How long does it take? Like, not taking into consideration the time you go towards it and stuff. Like, it's like at least 10 seconds, right? Yeah, actually, it's like exactly 10 seconds. Because there's an add-on that lasts 10 seconds, and I've tried using it. Yeah, it's kind of like 10 seconds or 11 seconds. So if it's a 10-second haste, you basically don't have it on this killer. So haste-wise, he doesn't get anything. Now, the base kit pop actually is pretty fucking good. The base kit pop on this killer is really nice because of Bonnie guitar strings. So that, in my opinion, actually helps quite a bit. And the base kit barbecue is also not terrible on him. Not great, not amazing, but it's not terrible. Because even if you don't teleport to a survivor directly, you can teleport to a door closer to them. There's no longer the bug. They've fixed the bug where survivors can hear the ambience disappear, so they don't know you're using the door, maybe. and then come out somewhere and at least interrupt them. So I actually think oh my god, I didn't consider that. Chat, any killer that has perfect information on gens because of their Eerie add-on, aka Wraith, Legion to a lesser degree, and Springtrap, I think basically Pop is really, really nice on them. So actually, it might not be too crazy to think that he stays among the big boys. Now, Houndmaster. Okay, so Houndmaster, we need to do a disclaimer that we don't do very often, that we've only done like once or twice with killers like the twins. Normally, if a killer has a temporary or new bug that affects their gameplay pretty often, for example, the knight being stunned when he is in spirit form, which shouldn't happen, right? Or Pinhead having his box automatically solved when survivors run into a locker, which shouldn't happen, right? When there's a bug of that type, for my tier list, I like to pretend that that bug is gone. Because most of the times these bugs, you know, a week, a month, 2 months, they get fixed. But we need to face the grim, sad reality that the Houndmaster has been out for about a year, and she has some bugs that have not been fixed and will likely not be fixed for a very long time. I think everyone at Behavior has already forgotten about her, sadly. So I think some of her bugs need to be assumed to not be fixed soon, so you need to judge her based on these bugs. Because it's not like a bug on Blight where the fatigue is wrong, where it might get fixed in a day. It's gonna not get fixed, you know? That's also one of the reasons why Knight is a little bit low, yeah. Not as bad as Houndmaster. Houndmaster is quite possibly the most consistently buggy killer in the game. And I don't mean like a small bug, like I don't mean like Plague having her sound bugged or something. Like I mean bugs that actually affect the gameplay. And that they are so small sometimes you don't even realize they're there until you watch the footage again. Just to give you a taste of what I'm talking about. In some buildings, the dog gets bugged and doesn't follow you. Sometimes when you send the dog out, it gets stuck and disappears. Sometimes when you send the dog out, it has a variable delay. So you send it out and it does come out, but like a third of a second later than it should, making it sometimes completely useless. On top of that, sometimes the preview of the dog lies to you. Sometimes you make a dog go next to a window and the preview says that he's not going to vault it and he vaults it. Or maybe even the other way around. I don't know if the other way around is possible, but possibly. It's fucking stupid. It's really stupid. I've also sometimes caught survivors with my dog and they instantly escape. Super, super, super weird. Oh, by the way, that also happens to Slinger. Maybe an argument as to why he should be lower, actually. Yeah. Slinger's got some really bad bugs right now. Yeah, that should also be considered. Anyway, despite all of this, Houndmaster is strong. She has a strong chase power. It's pretty strong. Not as high as shortly after release, because they did give her a nerf to vault speed. The counterplay is definitely there, but I do think she's pretty strong. Low A minus or high B plus? What do you think, chat? Why hack so low? Go back in the bot chat, I explain it. By the way, it also does... Okay, so it does work the other way around. You have the visual arrow that tells you that the dog is going to go over, and then it doesn't, right? Yeah, I think I've seen that. Pretty sure I've seen that. High B plus? Yeah, I think I agree, especially because of the bugs. Anything that makes a killer inconsistent, just... I think, in my opinion... Well, first of all, it makes it less fun, right? But it also makes them less good. Because if I can do something on Blight that is 99% consistent and get it down, and then on another killer it's 90 or 95% consistent, then you're gonna lose. Eventually, you're gonna lose a game to some stupid bullshit, right? Like the other day, I am very, very sure that we were playing Knight. I tried to send out a guard. He got stuck in an invisible wall. And I was delayed like 4 or 5 seconds, or maybe 3, maybe even just 2 or 3 seconds. And I think I lost the game because of that. No fucking joke, man. Knight also has a few add-ons affecting his... a few bugs affecting his add-ons, which sucks ass, man. Yeah, I think I placed him even lower when you consider that as well. How sad. Could Spirit be top 1 in good hands? No. If it's a cheater, yes. Assuming that survivors understand the counterplay, even though the skill of a survivor is a little bit hard to display against a Spirit, I still think there's a big chasm between these. I don't think should be number 1. She could be close. You could argue like she could be close if like played on a near perfect level, but anyway. Yeah, back to B+. That leaves Chucky. Yeah. I don't know, chat. I think Chucky goes down a little. Let's be fair. Chucky has a popular and strong mangled hemorrhage add-on, which normally is not very good, but having basic barbecue on a stealth killer, I mean, that's something. He has a bit of mobility as well for pop, similar to Hammaster being able to send dog and stuff. So he should be above average. Compared to the average killer, he should benefit a little bit more than the average. And yet, I don't fucking know. We have some really strong Chucky players in the chat right now. I'd like to see their opinion. What do you think, Sloth? Base Blitz, thank you. Andy Place, and Callum, and Watchdog Unity, and Roku Smile, Noctis 13. Thank you so much for the many months. 55 in case of Noctis, damn. Delete this, thank you. Delete this, thank you for the prime. And thank you, Paul, by the way, for the 43 months. Big hugs. If I missed yourself, I'm so sorry, but thank you as well. Where will Myers be? Oh, let's do that at the end. We'll get there. You need a hog, Cena? There you go. He's B-? You think he's B-? I think I struggle thinking that he's any lower than some of these killers. His chase power is pretty okay. He has a above average mobility, at least burst mobility. He's definitely not faster than Bailey, but you know what I mean. I don't know, chat, I don't know. You could honestly make the argument that all of these killers could be down here. Shit, even artist. Doesn't benefit a lot. Well, barbecue, dude, free barbecue on artists is pretty fucking good, to be fair. But it's a bit less good when they know that you have it, which they will. Yeah, still, she's a strong killer. She has strong chase power. She could probably be here at least. She could squeeze in. I think every other killer maybe could be below. Do you guys think this is unfair? Because I genuinely believe that, generally speaking, the power level of killers drops a little bit. Generally speaking. Except at the top. The top is fucking rock solid. We haven't really talked about Twins yet. We'll get to that. Artist is S tier because I main her. Not seeing unhooked notifications will affect artists. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, oh my god. If there's a killer that cares about unhooked notifications, definitely artists. Isn't it funny, chat, that if you have the perk Make Your Choice, you're gonna see the unhooked notification? You need to be far though. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's not a massive part of her kit. I don't think there's any killer that's like, oh, I need to go back to hook right away. Funnily enough, the killers that do that most often are Blight and Ghouls. They love doing that because they move so fast. But it doesn't fucking matter. I don't think there's any killer that's like, oh, man. Unknown still, eh? He never was to begin with. Chat, let's not do revisionism. You know what I mean? Trapper was always bad. No, he was the best killer in the game when he was the only one, you know? The game changes, chat. The game changes. I think it's really easy to just be like, yeah, no, now, like, Hag was always C tier. Come the fuck on. No, she was not. No, she was not. It's so easy to forget that back in the day, survivors could be moid right after an unhook. Back in the day, survivors could be hit right after an unhook. Like, a lot of the killers have changed a lot. There's no shame in re-shifting your opinions. I think it's the right thing to do. Anyway, so I don't think it's fair to say that, oh, Unknown was always us. No, dude, Release Unknown was pretty strong. He was pretty good. It's true that kind of like Wesker, the moment survivors learned to play against him a little bit, oof, felt like it went down a little bit, right? But let's not forget that the main reason why he went down is because the two add-ons that carried him got balanced and he didn't get a ton of compensation. Maybe until now. Maybe now he does. His best add-ons had no downside, and that was pretty fucking dope, dude. We're talking, of course, about the iridescent whatever the fuck and the green add-on that gave him immediate weaken upon finishing a gen. That was pretty good. Thoughts on putting Slinger that high? Slinger has a strong chase power. I think that alone is nice. I think I placed him that low because of bugs. Knight is a perfect representation of a mid killer. I actually disagree. The thing about Knight, dude, is that at his best, Knight is fucking unstoppable, dude. Like, Knight, like, imagine a Knight person that just plays perfectly, sends the right guard for the right situation, constantly keeps you busy, constantly damages gens from areas that are super impossible. You drop a god pallet, he instantly breaks it. Wins every single mind game. Like, that is scary. The problem is that, number one, it's hard to do that. Number two, he's buggy and he's unfortunate and some of his add-ons don't work, and yeah. Anyway, now let's talk about the killers that we have neglected a little bit. Do I think Unknown is better than... Honestly, I think this killer's probably better than Unknown. Is Wesker... Wesker's barbecue. You know what? Normally, I would put Unknown below Wesker at this point, but assuming that the buffs on Unknown are nice, let's say they are, he's getting two sizable buffs and some add-on changes, which could be bad. Sometimes they buff a killer, and then they nerf his best add-on, like Clown, right? Like, they buff Clown, and then they nerf his best add-on, and overall it's not that big of a nerf, right? Not that big of a buff. But assuming that it's good, I think Unknown could be here. Keep in mind, this is a theoretical tier list, based on what we expect the next patch to be. So, let's talk about Ghoul and about Twins. I'm going to come out with my hands up and admit that I do not understand the counterplay to Ghoul. I have a perfect cocktail of, number one, I fucking hate playing against him, and I'm also lazy, and I haven't really learned like the high level tricks that I know some people know how to do against him. And number two, I fucking don't like playing as him. It was fun for a while, but playing Ghoul makes me feel like a war criminal. Makes me feel like a fucking guy that goes into an orphanage and steals the candy from the fucking children. I cannot fucking bear to play this killer. And because I don't play him, I don't have the best understanding of how good survivors deal with him or bad survivors deal with him. For that reason, I don't feel like I can judge him very fairly. I'll try, but yeah. And then Twins. Apparently Twins bugs have been mostly solved and they're a bit better. Hooray! That being said, next patch, slugging gets a big nerf, and long drawn out slugging games become a massive issue. 4Cs, thanks. So, Twins were also pretty good at tunneling. I think Twins goes down, probably. That being said, they do have the full access to... Dude, Barbecue on Twins is really fucking good, by the way. Barbecue on Twins is an amazing perk. So having a base kit is great. Unlike Artist, it's not like they're gonna dodge Victor. You know, Artist, if the survivor is healing and they know you have Barbecue, they move. Bam, useless power. If you're healing in the middle of fucking nowhere and the Twins gets a glimpse of you with Barbecue and Victor is anywhere near, you're dead. I think that's actually really good. It's actually really good. I actually think I think Twins might be 5th best killer in the game, unironically. Yeah. I don't know about Single and Spirit, but this seems about right. Yeah. I'd say this is my temporary tier list. What do you guys think? Oh, whoa, we forgot Myers. Right. Chat, what is your impression of where Myers would be? Keep in mind what we know. A killer that can switch between being 105% no terror radius and stalking and being normal with slightly elevated stats, and then occasionally tier 3 he has a dash. Doesn't that seem like you should be around Chucky or Xenomorph levels? That seems like you would be a good average killer, right? Top of C tier? Yeah, possibly. I mean, having stealth, even if you don't use it a lot, is great. It's great. That means that if you get a indoor map, you make full advantage of it. And if you don't, well, you lean a bit more into your powers. That being said, I do have a feeling that even though he will start in tier 2 basically already, the fact that he loses Tombstone is a big deal. That normalizes his power a lot. Myers is no longer going to be this massive feast of famine, you know, Tombstone at 4 gens or lose everyone kind of deal. I also don't think the int down is crazy. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and say he's going to be around Bubba levels. Yes, stealth though, against beginners. But let's assume this is a tier list for like relatively experienced players against each other. Yeah, I think that seems right. Similar to Bubba, maybe some slight advantages. Possibly a bit better than Trickster. I have a feeling that the dash is not going to be that insane. Yeah, this is my guess. If the haste is 10 for 15 seconds is a lot. Hi, Ace. So basically, our friend Ace, who by the way might as well be the best Bubba out there, insane Bubba player, he thinks Barbecue and haste is really nice on Bubba. And I can see his argument, actually. The only problem is that I'm kind of basing this tier list based on the assumption that... Oh, sorry about that. On the assumption that it's going to be 5%, 10 seconds. That's my guess. This, I don't know why, but it just seems like something they would do. You know what I mean? You know when you watch the news and it says, Donald Trump says this outrageous thing to the press, and you're like, yeah, that sounds like something he would say. This, to me, sounds like something they would do. I don't know why. Just feels elegant. It feels like, this is pretty much what they gave to Trapper, remember? Trapper, you put a trap down, you get 5% haste or 10% haste for 5 seconds. Yeah, either 5%, 10 seconds, or 10%, 5 seconds. Like, no fucking joke, it's gonna be one of those two. I bet my fucking life. You know? So, because I think it's gonna be slightly mediocre, I've made my placements based on that. But you know what? Thank you, Ice, because that is a really good point. And maybe Bubba's gonna climb up somewhere. That could be cool. As of right now, I don't know, man. It seems to me like Bubba has a hard time switching. Like, how do you play as Bubba? Oh man. And get a bad map and think to yourself, I need to get a kill, but also I do not want to tunnel. But also, I need to get 6 hooks by the time I have a kill. Brother, that is hard, man. That is fucking hard, man. I don't know. If survivors are more of the mindset of like split up, do gens, split up. Do not go for the slug because they'll pick themselves up. Do not go for the hook because they can be there a long time. I think Baba really fucking suffers there, doesn't he? Hey Scourge, what's up? Yeah, so I could also see the opposite argument where he's kind of low, like I placed him. But thank you so much, it's a good point. Is the new killer also being released for the P2B? I guess? I don't know. Hi, Bistral. Yeah, it's just basically changes. Alright, chat. It's working under a lot of assumptions. Okay, my assumption, chat, is 15% pop. And 3 seconds barbecue. Yeah. Let's put another thing above. And on the survivor side... By the way, if it turns out that these are exactly the numbers that they go with, please don't fucking think that I somehow had privileged information. It just seems nice. It might be more, it might be less. It might be a lot more, it might be a lot less. But if I just so happen to guess it correctly, like, please don't think I have insider info. And Gen Tunnel, Gen debuff. Plus, I'm gonna guess plus 10%. Yeah, that seems right. 10% is that too little? Do you think that go as high as 20? 20 would be disgusting, dude. Holy man. 20% faster gen. It's not even a toolbox, but it obviously is infinite. So I think realistically, 20% faster speed would kind of feel like survivors just have toolbox for the rest of the game. That's crazy, man. Do you think vertical camera movement increase for unknown means he'll be able to look down more? You know, Nightlight, that's a great fucking question. I don't know. I'm sure the consultants know, but they can't tell you about it. Because if you could look down more, I know what you're going to say. You could blow up your own bubble at your feet, right? In the video that they showed you, I'm sure you saw it, they only look up. So I'm going to guess only up, sadly. But if it's down, that would be interesting. I think it's only up, personally. My guess, but yeah, when I was recording the video, I realized as I was recording that I didn't know that. Maybe 15%? Yeah, maybe 15%. Yeah, maybe 15 is safer. Yeah, I think this is basically what I envisioned in my head when I read the patch notes. It could be way more, it could be way less. But assuming this, I think this is the tier list, chat, as it stands right now. Needless to say, Ghoul is massively boosted by the fact that he's really easy to play. Knight, to some degree. Slinger, to some degree. And Houndmaster, to a large degree, are brought down by their bugginess and inconsistency. Artist should also be brought down, but she also has a bug that seemingly benefits her, so I don't know what to do about that. Let's say it's even. Don't fucking know. Myers, absolute fucking guesswork. Obviously. Yeah. Do you guys think Pig, because he has traps, maybe should be a little bit higher than the others? Yeah, possibly. Yeah, and I think Legion has an add-on that has great synergy with the changes. And I think Barbecue on Legion is generally pretty good. More so than maybe slightly Sadako. Yeah, killers with no teleport, with no mobility, or with very slow teleports like Demo that need to be set up ahead of time, I think will be left behind a bit. This is how I see the tier list at the moment. And keep in mind, I do it with very, very specific criteria in mind. Some people, I don't know, They make their tier lists based on no add-ons, which is different, based on like insane 4-man Survivor Friends every game, which is certainly quite different. Only on the best add-ons, which is not what I go for, right? So if you disagree, there's a lot of ways to chalk that up to different criteria. It doesn't necessarily mean you're right, I'm wrong, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this is how I see it. When will I Hitman? I think right now. Do you think they would give us unique hook benefits, haste 10% or something longer than 5% body deactivates when to enter chase? No. Because many killers like Wraith never enter chase. So yeah, that would, no, like that could generally be game breaking. Imagine if you have a Myers chasing after you with like 17 stacks of Play Your Food or something, I don't know. And because he's looking down and not entering chase, I know it's a little harder than it used to be, but yeah, that could be exploitable. Like imagine being moonwalked by a Myers moving at like 139 speed or something. Twins in top 5, is this right? Possibly, I don't know. I think Pop is okay on them. They have the full-time barbecue. They have the full-time haste, right? And barbecue on Twins is really good. And I think Twins is a decent killer. The slugging problem, the slugging obviously makes them worse. And maybe I'm underestimating that. But they are a very, very capable killer when it comes to like switching between targets. And I think that's good. Where's that shirt from? A friend of mine named Rebecca gifted it to me about 6 years ago. Good times. I don't think she streams anymore. But I miss her. What if someone dies through pig trap after being hooked? Does that disable gen aggression? Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, it would. Yeah. That is quite unlikely. But I guess theoretically, yes. If you hook a survivor with a trap, and that trap is like 5 seconds left, and then they get unhooked and they die, yeah, I think that would happen. Wow, that's... I never even thought of that specific scenario. So you might genuinely want to not hook them. Leave them on the ground, hook someone else, then go back and hook them, or go back and ignore them. Are you going to update you recommend the builds? 100%, but let's wait. Why is Freddy A-? Freddy is one of the biggest winners in this patch, in my opinion. He benefits the most from Pop, from haste, and from barbecue. Chat, my throat is so fucking sore. I've been speaking so much. I can't. I fucking can't, man. DBD should be solo queue once you hit red rank. Man, if you make people not be able to play with their friends, they're going to try to cheat to play with their friends. And if they can't play with their friends, then they're going to quit the game. And if they quit the game, then your queues are bad. It's better to balance around Survivor Friends than to remove it, in my opinion. But, thank you for the dono. Nadrosh. Guys, I don't think I've ever done this in a very long time. I think I'm going to end my stream. I'm going to end my stream. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea with honey. I'm going to rest my voice for an hour. Maybe take a little nap, walk the dog. And then I'll do another short stream of 2 hours or something. And we play some Hitman for a couple hours. How about that? I'm so sorry. I know doing tier lists is like I just talk non-stop for an hour and it's really rough. But I enjoyed it. It was nice. I'll see you guys live on YouTube and on Twitch in an hour approximately, okay? I love you all. Hitman is super fun. We have a campaign where we have almost beaten it, which is my goal that I've been trying to do for a few months now. So, yeah. Don't leave us odds. Leave us, but just for a minute, okay? I don't want to play and then just really hurt myself doing so. Alright. Love you guys. Thanks so much for coming to my discussion. I love talking about tier lists and stuff. It's really fun. And honestly, you guys have been extremely insightful. I always learn things from the chat and I always see different points of view, but I don't remember the last time where you guys were so coherent and so insightful and so smart and brought up so many good points. Normally when you talk about tier list, it's like, why this killer A? Why not A? This killer B? This killer double Z R? You know, it's like, ugh, give me a minute. You know? So yeah, it was fun. Treat yourself. Thank you, Cube. And everybody else. Bye. See ya. Bye-bye. See you very soon, chat. See you in an hour. If you want to catch my stream, you can click on the notification bell on YouTube or on Twitch, or join our Discord. If you join our Discord and enable notifications, every time I go live, I tag you. And if you only enable them on that channel, you won't get tagged for other things that you maybe don't care about. So, when are you resuming the all killer streak? When the 2v8 ends in 10 days or so, or in a week or so. Alright, guys. Bye-bye. See you very soon. See ya. Bye-bye. Love you all. Thank you very much, Verkan, for the $2. Visceral Vic, thank you for the good sub. Nadrosh and Mari, thank you for the Prime and 11 months. Arakiv, B. Willie, 4Cs, Sobo Master, Lady Pink Monk Style, thank you for the 29. 26 from Andy Plays, Blaze Blitz. Everybody else that I missed, Painful Play, Songbird, Skillane, Baba Boy, Lucy. Aaron, thank you for the 62 months, by the way. I missed your resub. I saw you in the chat being mentioned, but... Meta, Songbirds, thank you guys. Love y'all. Bye, 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 bye.